Towards the net, blocked down in front, rebound, scores! Evan Oakley, here's Farmer. Towards the net, blocked down in front, rebound, scores! Evan Oakley, here's Farmer on a breakaway, Farmer scores! Short-handed break, Benzine in on Zevnik. Oh, what a great left pad save there. Shot deflected, they score! Collins stops short-handed.
You're listening to Wildcats Hockey, presented by Armored Roofing on the Wildcats Broadcast Network.
Hello and a very good evening to you. We come to you live from the K. Yeager Coliseum, where tonight the Wildcats play host to the division-leading Topeka Roadrunners. Good evening to you. I am Ben Horner, bringing you this great edition of Wildcats Hockey presented by Armored Roofing. The Cats are back at the K. Yeager Coliseum after a successful stint in Blaine, Minnesota last week at the annual league showcase. They'll be looking to carry on from a 3-1-0 mark up in Blaine as they will look to get back into the win column as they resume divisional play against the Topeka Roadrunners. Well, tonight they'll have their work cut out for them. Topeka skates into this contest with a record of 6-0-0 after posting a 4-0 mark at the showcase last week. Not only did Topeka post a perfect record at the showcase, they also outscored their opponents 18-3 in those four contests. So certainly this is a high-powered Topeka offense. Second most goals in the league on average, as they're averaging 4.5 goals a game. However, expect a fireworks display tonight. The Wildcats are just behind Topeka in terms of average goals per game, with 4.00 goals per game on average for Wichita Falls through the first 5 contests of this season. Of course, Topeka went 4-0 in the showcase. They started out with a 3-2 win over the Keystone Ice Miners, a 12-round shootout with a decisive goal being scored by Will Shearer. A little bit more on that as we roll on, as there was some controversy in that contest, but no controversy about the next 3 games for the Topeka Roadrunners. 4-0 against the Johnstown Tomahawks, 4-0 against the Michigan Warriors, and then a commanding 7-1 win versus the Kenai River Brown Bears, as the Roadrunners are the only perfect team remaining. Check that, the Roadrunners are the only perfect team remaining in the South Division, as they are first place in the league overall with 12 points. The Wildcats had some trouble with the Roadrunners last year. 6-2-0 was Topeka against this Wichita Falls squad, with the Cats' only wins coming in a road sweep in Topeka in March. An exciting 2-game series that was, as I'm sure many Cats fans will remember. A thrilling come-from-behind 3-2 overtime win in a Monday night contest before a 4-1 start-to-finish commanding performance, a 4-1 win the next night, as the Wildcats wrapped up a 4-game swing with a very successful stint in Topeka. They'll look to try and get their first win against the Roadrunners here at home since January 5th, 2013, when they beat Topeka 5-2. They have not won at the KYC against this Roadrunner squad since then. And we'll hear from Coach LaFontaine in the first intermission as to what he feels the Wildcats have to do to get things rolling in the right direction here in this series. But one thing that's going to be crucial in this contest is going to be the first goal. Topeka has scored first in all 6 of their contests, and moreover, they've scored in the first 10 minutes of the period in 4 of 6 games this year. They're setting the tone early. They're out shooting their opponents. 32 shots on goal on average, third most in the league. But there's going to be shots aplenty tonight, as the Wildcats are averaging almost 36 shots per game through their first 5 contests. So it's sure to be a high-power performance here tonight. One thing, a big question mark heading into the year for the Roadrunners was who was going to pick up the slack on offense. Tyler Polson, Jake Camras are no longer here, as they are heading on to their collegiate careers. Those two combined for 120 points for the Roadrunners last year, almost 25% of the overall offensive output by Topeka last year, just coming from those 2 forwards. However, they're getting off to a hot start, and they're getting some solid play from returning forwards early on. Jason Fernsler, in his second year in Topeka, has 9 points through his first 6 games after a successful 35-point performance last year in 56 games played. Daniel Orzowski has 8 points in 6 games played, and another veteran, Mike Gornall, has 6 points in 4 games played. They're getting contributions from the returners, and also they're getting contributions in net from their young netminder, Matej Tomek, the reigning Eastern Divisional Star of the Week for the South Division. He'll get the start in net here this evening. He posted 2 shutouts in his 2 starts in Blaine, Minnesota, 3-0-0 with a 0.67 goals against average and a 973 save percentage in his first season playing in North America. He is a young kid, a 1997 birth year, and Drew Vogler, who was the guy at the start of last year, got replaced by P.J. Bridges after getting a commitment to Merrimack College, and it looked like this was going to be Vogler's job to lose this year, and Matej Tomek has come in and taken it right away from him. Still early days yet, but Vogler will be sitting tonight as Tomek will get the start for the 3rd time in as many games. In net for the Wildcats, it's going to be another young guy. It's a battle of the young bucks in net as Austin Shaw will get the call again after posting 2 consecutive wins in games 3 and 4 of the Minnesota Showcase last week. He turned aside all but 2 shots he faced in those contests on his way to setting a new franchise record for shutout streak by a rookie netminder to start his career. 106 minutes and 9 seconds for Mr. Shaw. We'll get to the rest of the starting lineups in just a moment, but one other thing to keep in mind about this Topeka Roadrunners squad, they have a young defensive core, just like these Wildcats. Only 2 returners on the blue line. Sean Brennan and Ryan Poland are the only returning defensemen from the 2013-14 squad. Similarly, Matt Cook and Jake Townsend are the only 2 returners for the Wildcats on D. As now we turn our attention to the starting lineups. First for the visiting Topeka Roadrunners, Daniel Urzowski will play the left wing. A 1994 birth year, Urzowski is out of Bratislava, Slovakia, standing at 6'1", 190 pounds. Centering will be Jason Fernsler, wearing number 23. Fernsler out of Charlotte, Michigan, 6 foot, 168 pounds for the right-handed shooting Fernsler. And on the right wing, playing on his strong side, Mike Gornall, wearing number 8, 6 foot, 210 pounds out of Irwin, Pennsylvania. On the blue line, Daniel Brickley, wearing number 6, a 95 birth year. Brickley out of Sandy, Utah, 6'3", 203 pounds for the first-year defenseman. Pairing with him will be Ryan Poland, one of the 2 returners, wearing number 26. Poland stands at 5'11", 190 pounds. Right-handed shooting defenseman is from Holt, Michigan. And in net, Matej Tomek. Tomek out of Bratislava, Slovakia, a 1997 birth year, 6'3", 180 pounds, a tall, lanky guy, an athletic goaltender by all accounts. We'll see what he can do tonight. Head coach of the Topeka Roadrunners is Scott Langer. Assistants are Josh Camras, Anthony Bond, and Steve Briere. Now for the starting lineup for your Wichita Falls Wildcats. We start on the forwards and we start on the left wing. It's Austin Beaulieu wearing number 18. The future Alabama Huntsville Charger stands at 5'9", 170 pounds. Out of Coral Springs, Florida, he has 3 points in 5 games played. Picked up his first career goal in the Wildcats' 4-2 win over the Michigan Warriors last Saturday at the Showcase. Centering him will be Tommy Apap, second on the team in points through the early goings, with a goal and 3 assists for 4 total points in 5 games played. Tommy stands at 6'2", 180 pounds out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Colin Staub is on the right wing, still waiting for his first goal of the season. 6'1", 195 pounds out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. He has really blossomed as a leader last year and this year as he is leading a young side for the Wildcats. On the blue line, an interesting pairing to start out. Shane Kosmeski will be on the left side, 6'2", 185 pounds out of Grays Lake, Illinois. The 96 birth year has 1 assist to his credit thus far in 5 games played. And pairing with him will be Austin Hinchin, 6'1", 190 pounds out of Williston, North Dakota. He has a goal in 4 games thus far in his first year at the junior level. And in net will be Austin Shaw, 6'4", 205 pounds out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Shaw is 2-0-0 with a 1.0 goals against average and a 968 save percentage. The Wildcats head coach is John LaFontaine in his first season. Chris Saransky is the assistant. Those are the starting lineups brought to you by Pelican's Restaurant, located at 2301 Midwestern Parkway, across from Midwestern State University, offering Texoma the choicest beef, freshest fish, and the area's best wine list. Visit Pelican's Restaurant the next time you're in the Falls. Tonight's officials, Tim Farrell will be the referee. Daniel Spohr and Terrence Saunders are the linesmen. As that will do it for us here on our pregame show, we'll step aside for the national anthem. When we return, we'll have the first period of action here from the K. Yeager Coliseum. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wildcats Hockey presented by Armored Roofing on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Very good evening to you from the K. Yeager Coliseum, where the ice is down, the lights are up, and we are set for Wildcats hockey. Hello and welcome to the broadcast. Ben Horner with you on a Friday evening here in Wichita Falls, as the Wildcats will host the Topeka Roadrunners, the first in 2 games this weekend. The Cats wearing their home whites, skating from right to left. That's P to Q across your keyboard if you're joining us that way. As the Roadrunners, the undefeated 6-0-0 Roadrunners, coming in wearing their Road Navy sweaters, skating from left to right. That's Q to P across your keyboard if you're listening to the game on our YouTube channel. However you're joining us, we thank you for making us a part of your Friday evening, as we are just about set for the first period of action, brought to you by American Classified. It'll be Colin Staub to go against Yuhiko Saka in the starting faceoff. Check that, it'll be Tommy Apap, as Staub is playing the wing tonight. As we are just about set to go, Tim Farrell doing one last check of the goal judges behind the net, as he'll bring Apap and Hiko Saka into the middle, and the puck is down. We are underway in the first period as it trickles its way back towards the stick of Matej Tomek. Puck loose behind the net, chipped away to the near side, where this one is sent into a dangerous area. Wildcats get first to it. Here's Colin Staub, looking to stash down low. He does, as here's Apap, pressed into the wall, but Bolio has it, spins away from a check, thrown into a dangerous area, and it's off the stick of Shane Kuzmeski, who had stepped down from the blue line. Coming back the other way are the Roadrunners. That's Fornaris. Fornaris dispossessed. Now the near side. Here comes Austin Beaulieu. Skating 1-on-3. He'll get to the blue line and chip. Now circle back to the bench for a change. 30 seconds gone, as now it's almost a turnover. Nikita Litviak there on the near side wasn't able to grab possession of it, as this one is off the glass. Litviak played it back to a teammate as stepping forward nicely. Here's Nick Farmer. Farmer now has a step cutting towards the middle. Here's Farmer, and a good poke check there by Tomek as he was getting ready to pull the trigger. Swatted along the boards back to the near side. Litviak swung through the crease, and there was nobody home there. That was behind Alex Falconer on the back door. In the neutral zone, here's Gornal. It's on the stick of Turk Skatliff now. He'll bank it off the back wall for Townsend, as the Wildcats will look to start the breakout. Townsend had a little trouble with it there. Skatliff sweeps it around the boards, as here is Litviak, who will stash but not out. Wasn't able to clear the zone, as now on a second effort, Nick Farmer picks up in front of his own bench. As the Wildcats are working on a change, Townsend has it just inside his own blue line. He'll rag as the Wildcats get a fresh line on. Townsend, nice pass off to the far side, over-skated there, but recollecting and sending it in deep was Eric Yeager. Yeager unable to win that race, as this is sent behind. Looking to pick it up there was Daniel Brickley. Brickley left it there looking for a teammate. That was Daniel Urzowski, as now they battle for it in the low corner. Here's Sherzan trying to spin away from a check. He's bumped off it, gets right back in the play, but it's dispossessed. With it now are the Roadrunners. Body of Shaw on a long-distance shot from an angle, and Shaw will just freeze play and cover up. 17:54 remaining in the first period. 0-0 the score between the Roadrunners and the Wildcats, as the faceoff will come to the left of Austin Shaw, who's making his third straight start. Attracting a lot of Division I attention is Mr. Shaw after a very successful showing at the showcase. Off the faceoff, holding it in there nicely with Jack Kelly towards the net, deflects and goes high and wide of the cage. First to it there are the Roadrunners. Slap shot from the point, spilled there by Shaw, poke check, and he'll grab the loose puck and freeze, as that was a big blast there from Sean Brennan at the far point, and just able to get in front of it there was Shaw. He spilled the rebound, but swallowed up quickly. 17:41 remaining in the first period, as there will be a faceoff coming to the right of Austin Shaw. A lot of shots on goal for both of these teams in the early stages of the season. Averaging 32 shots on goal per game. The Wildcats averaging almost 36. As off the faceoff, LaFontaine wasn't able to tie his man up, and forced back farther is Turk Skatliff. Skatliff along to Townsend. Oh, big collision there, skittering all along, as here is Subri. He touched it along. LaFontaine on his backhand off to Reisinger on the right wing. Reisinger left behind there, as here is Subri. Subri played it away from everybody, but now Reisinger gets it back as LaFontaine circled. Played up to the blue line. Townsend slap shot deflects. It's pinballing around, and it just went wide of the cage, as LaFontaine wasn't able to direct it towards Tomek's cage. Subri unable to hold the zone. Now on a second effort coming by to help out was LaFontaine, as Subri will keep the forecheck alive as the Wildcats are changing. Townsend couldn't step down and hold it in. Beaulieu, fresh from the bench, comes back and will circle back at his own blue line. Now turns up ice. Beaulieu trying to dipsy doodle his way through 3. He wasn't able to do so. As trying to keep the forecheck alive is Colin Staub as Brennan is put under some pressure. Here's Beaulieu. Can't stash down low. It works its way along to Tyler Irvine, and he'll start it ahead. Irvine off to Fornaris, trying to go back in front there for Irvine, but it was poked away to the corner. Here are the Wildcats. Townsend in his own defensive corner. He'll spin away from a forechecking Irvine. Needs some help there. He's not getting it quite yet, as now it's turned over. It's sent out in front. Hikosaka's effort there, and that floats high and wide of the cage as someone lost his man in front. Now it's Townsend. Left behind there. Tries to re-corral. He's put under some pressure as he needs some help from Scatliff. None was forthcoming as Hikosaka holds his own. Now Fornaris. Fornaris on the far side half wall. Dishes up to Hines. His shot goes high and gets the glass there. And that was Hayes at the right point as this is Beaulieu. Under some pressure, Beaulieu is just able to clear the zone as APAP comes along to help out. Back up the ice here is Fornaris. Was recently cut by Cedar Rapids of the USHL. Came down to Topeka as they owned his rights as this is sent all the way down. Will this be icing? Yes, it will. It'll be icing against the Wildcats with 15:43 remaining in the period. No score, 0-0, as we are in the first period of play, brought to you by American Classified. The faceoff will come to the right of Shaw, and this is a tired unit out there for the Wildcats. Off to the left of Shaw. Fernsler will take the draw against Falconer. One into a dangerous area. Poland tries to touch this one along to the far side and does. Scatliff left it behind. Falconer comes and picks up for Wichita Falls, and Townsend will start the breakout. Scatliff turned it over. Farmer trying to poke at it. Can't clear the zone. Sent back onto the stick of Townsend just in front of the net. And now it's Colin Staub as he'll gain the red line. Farmer chips it away, as this is brought back up the ice once more by Topeka. Here's Rosowski. His shot off the outside of the cage. Shaw had it covered all the way, as now on the puck is Matt Cook. Has some trouble with it. He's dispossessed. Now it's on Cam Knight's blade, as he'll gain the red line, fling this one wide of the cage of Tomek. Held there on the near side by Yeager. Put down low, as off to the far side it comes, as the Wildcats are trying to hold the zone. And they can't do so, as this is a Gornall with a step, one-on-one. Gornall trying to step in front, and a good defensive job there done by Matt Cook to keep him from getting inside. Here's Litviak coming up the ice for the Wildcats. Litviak trying to drop it there, hooked off it, loses possession, as starting back up the ice once more. Here's Brennan. Brennan, drop pass there. This is going to be an offside play, and we'll get the whistle. No, we'll play on. Check that, as I thought I heard a whistle, as it looked like someone had touched up on the delay. Anyway, we play on, and Matt Cook has it for the Wildcats. Now it's Cam Knight. Nice dance inside, one man there, as he'll gain the zone and play it wide of the cage. Stick to the glass by Tomek. Sherazin first onto it here. Oakley has it. His shot, that ramps up and gets the protective netting, as they'll keep the faceoff down low. Good chance there for the Wildcats. 14-16 remaining in the first period. Still no score, as the Wildcats looking to do something that no team has been able to do against the Roadrunners, and that is get the first goal. Evan Oakley was initially going to be a scratch tonight, picked up a lower body injury in warm-ups this morning, but after he skated this afternoon as in the warm-up session, they said he was good to go. So he is in as Lazarus is out. That is the one change to alert you to from the line chart that was posted to Twitter earlier this evening. Here's Sherazin. Turned over momentarily, but on a second effort, he'll clear the zone, as the Wildcats will take the opportunity to change. Hayes under some pressure there from an aggressive forecheck by Reisinger. Good dogged work there by Reisinger. He'll force a turnover as LaFontaine has it. He chips it back down low, can't hold the zone. On the near side, Kuzmeski pulls it off the wall, steps into a shot, deflected in front. It's loose, and a good save there by Tomek, as LaFontaine wasn't able to lift it over the pad. Bring it up the ice now, here's Topeka. Now is Domer. He'll play it along. Cam Strong trying to pick up the puck. Hinchin first to it. Bumped off the boards for Kuzmeski. Kuzmeski had it knifed out of the air nicely by Hikosaka. Hikosaka takes it away, but Kuzmeski will regather for Wichita Falls. Kuzmeski has a man in front. And the pass was just intercepted, as this is back in for the Roadrunners. Centering feed, Hikosaka, and a great save there by Shaw as the net is knocked off its moorings. For Norris with a great centering saucer feed there, looking for Hikosaka crashing the net. Shaw made the save and then tumbling into the cage. I think that was Dan LaFontaine on the back check. LaFontaine playing hard in both ends of the ice thus far. 13:04 remaining in the first period. No score between the Wildcats and Roadrunners. Ben Horner with with you on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Shots on goal, 4-4. Make that 5-4 after that last chance by the Roadrunners. What a turnover from this Roadrunners team from last year, a squad that was 1 goal away from playing for the Robertson Cup against the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Beaulieu worked it ahead to Apap. Apap worked it along to Staub. Here's Staub in front. Staub dangles, save there. Follow-up chance, and Beaulieu overskated it. Having to hustle back are the Wildcats. Nice bump there as Fornaris is dispossessed. Onside play. Staub has it at the blue line. Walking down. Here's Staub loading his shot, and a glove save there by Tomek. As Staub gets himself a couple of good chances on his shift there. 12:37 remaining in the first. Still no score as Tomek flashed the weather there. And we'll play on in a scoreless game thus far. Falconer will take the draw against Jason Fernsler. Falconer with 4 points to his credit thus far. Check that, 5 points, 3 goals and 2 assists for the first-year man at Shattuck St. Mary, most recently, as Farmer has it off the faceoff. He turned it over, though, to Brennan. Brennan swept it along to a teammate. That was Fernsler, who will look to start the breakout for Topeka. Fernsler gets to the red line and the blue line. Onside play as he'll chip this behind. Knight is the first to it. Bumped around there as now it's Litviak. Litviak stashed it behind. It was picked up. It's sent out in front, and whiffing on it there was Gornall all alone between the hash marks. Falconer on his backhand chips this one out into the neutral zone. As this is banked off the glass, Gornall couldn't reach it as here's Cam Knight. Turning back up ice, he got it along to Cook on the near side. Back over to Cam Knight through the middle. As a pass, here's Falconer on a breakaway. All alone, Falconer at the hash mark, shooting a save there by Tomek. Matej Tomek with a good blocker save there. Falconer had some room up top, but Tomek took it away at the last second. As Falconer was able to split the D. Right down the middle came the Wildcats. And as we see a replay, Tomek did indeed get a blocker to that. Good save by the Slovakian netminder. All start off the draw. Getting washed out will be Eric Yeager. As the all Air Force line is out there, Yeager, Sherazin, and Evan Oakley, all three of whom have commitments to the Air Force Academy. Off the draw, here's Oakley. He can't pull the trigger. Sherazin has it, looks to snatch it up to the point. He's pressed into the wall instead, and will play it down behind the net. First to it here are the Roadrunners. Willie Brown will play this one cross ice, looking for Sly Sutter. Now it's Oakley turned over now. Oakley outside the circle, centering feed there. It's the flex away to the back glass. Sherazin bumped off to the near side. Wanted to step down, but not doing so was Austin Hinchin. As Hinchin can't settle a bouncing puck. Stepping forward now, here's Brown. Brown in front, and a good stick there by Kuzmeski. As on the back door was Sly Sutter waiting for the rebound. Played down low by the Wildcats. They'll get a change on here as we tick down towards 11 minutes remaining in the period. Wildcats almost forced a turnover there on a good strong forecheck, but bringing it up the ice, here's Renneker. Renneker now to Brown, trying to dance inside his man, but Townsend was able to poke it away. Sutter plays it back to his D-man there. As coming up the ice once more are the Roadrunners. Shaw will waffle board this one off the glass. First to it here are the Roadrunners in the neutral zone as Poland plays this one along to Daniel Brinkley. Reisinger can't win that battle as still going on the forecheck is LaFontaine as here's Ryan Poland. Pass through the middle of the ice, almost intercepted by the Wildcats, but bringing it forward, here's Domer. Onside play, Domer will curl back top of the circle. One-timer blast blocked in front. Now is Townsend getting a skate to it as this is banked off the glass. No icing here, and the Wildcats will get a change. That was bombs away from Brickley at the blue line, but Shaw was equal to the task. Behind the cage of Shaw, here is Austin Hinchin. Played up the ice. The Wildcats will look to start a rush as Colin Staub delays momentarily. Couldn't find Apap. The Wildcats have to clear the zone as Beaulieu will circle back and touch it along to Colin Staub. Staub once more. Along to Beaulieu. Beaulieu played it farther ahead as he'll go into the corner for it. Beaulieu bumped off there by Hiko Saka as Hiko Saka comes up the ice. Stepping away with it now, here's Fornaris. Offside play, though, as Irvin was quick to get into the zone. 9:52 remaining in the first period as we'll get a neutral zone faceoff coming as we get our first media timeout of the evening as we are scoreless 0-0. 9:52 remaining in the first. As we'll take this opportunity to remind you that if you're coming into Wichita Falls for a game, the place to stay is La Quinta Inn & Suites on Central Freeway and Maureen Street. Conveniently located between the Wichita Falls Airport and the K. Yeager Coliseum, La Quinta Inns and Suites has Wildcats fans covered from opening faceoff until the final horn. Give them a call at 940-322-6971 and be sure to ask for the Wildcats rate, just $69 a night. You can also visit them at LaQuintaWichitaFalls.com. 9:52 remaining in the first period. Wildcats hockey presented by Armored Roofing here on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Scoreless between the Roadrunners and the Cats. Faceoff will be in the neutral zone just in front of the Wildcats bench area. When we get back to play, it'll be Hiko Saka to take the draw against Falconer. Shot 7-5 Cats in the early stages of this contest. No goals just yet, though, as here is Hayes. The Wildcats have had a couple of very good chances to score, but Tomek has proved up to the billing thus far. Falconer back to the near side as here is Farmer. Farmer having some trouble with it, so he'll play it down low. Falconer tries to intercept as he couldn't find the puck, and this is chipped out of the zone by Topeka. Trying to dance past his man was a Roadrunner. Onside play as this one is spanked off the boards, and Farmer will start it up ice for the Wildcats. Falconer trying to fish it ahead. He finds Litviak. It was just too far from him, so Litviak goes to the corner to pursue. Falconer working on the forecheck as a two-a-side battle almost develops down there. Falconer touches it away. Puck is at the doorstep there, and now Litviak gets a little bit extra from Tyler Hayes, and the linesmen are quick to step in there. Wildcats will have an offensive zone face-off coming. 9:11 remaining in the first period. 0-0 the score between the Cats and the Topeka Roadrunners. Face-off will be to the left of Tomek there. Not quite sure how that puck squirted loose into the zone or into the crease area, but it did, and it almost resulted in a scoring chance for the Cats. Either way, turnover here. Nice job by Apap. It's Beaulieu turning at the top of the zone. His shot blocked and then held by Tomek as it hit him in the chest, and he looked around. He didn't know where it was, and then he was able to freeze it in those big leg pads of his. Beaulieu, a shifty little forward, picked up his first career goal in Saturday's game against the Michigan Warriors. Looking for more here. Apap waved out of the draw, so Staub will step in now. Face-off is scrummed for as here's Beaulieu again. His shot blocked. Staub following up, and it's saved again. Staub wraparound chance. They jam for it. Where is it? Staub thought he had scored. Knight thought that the Cats had scored as well. No signal from the referee as now we get it coming together behind the net. 8:53 remaining in the first. Another good chance for the Wildcats. And again, it's Beaulieu, Apap, and Staub combining for the chance. As the Cats are looking up for the task here tonight against the league's #1 team and the league's #1 offense. 27 goals for the Roadrunners. As already the Cats have been able to do something that 4 of 6 opponents have not against Topeka, and that is keep them from scoring in the first 10 minutes of the contest. Face off to the right of Tomek. No issues with Tim Farrell blowing that one dead because there's no possible way that he could have seen that one through the mess of bodies. As here is a chance right off the draw, deflects off something, gets the top of the glass, and goes to the protective netting. So we'll do it all over again from the same spot, in the same location. 8:49 remaining in the first as only a few seconds tick away. Pat will take this draw after being washed out a few moments ago. This time it's going to be Reniker who gets washed as Apap with a nice clean win to Townsend. Townsend slap shot blocked down there. Look out, could be a 2-on-1 for Topeka as Reniker starts a pass up ahead. Nice stick there by Townsend as Brown is run hard into the boards there as Staub will pick this one up. Cat skating 2-on-2. Here's Staub taking it wide. Now he has a step. Here's Staub in front, and they score! It's Beaulieu! Great rush by Staub. He's centered for Beaulieu, his second of the year, and the Cats lead 1-0. Colin Staub with a great rush down the right wing. He centered for Beaulieu, and Beaulieu didn't miss from there. It's 1-0. I'll tell you what, folks, 1 year ago, that is not a play that Colin Staub can make. More on that in a moment as we're back to play as Sheridan trying to split the D is Oakley. He's upended, trying to fight through a check. Losing his stick was Oakley as it got slashed in half. Starting it up the ice once more now are the Roadrunners stepping into a shot, or trying to, or was a Roadrunner skater, Will Scherer, as Austin Beaulieu gets his second goal of the year to give the Wildcats the lead. Here is Sheridan now. Oakley with fresh lumber from the bench. Sheridan trying to dangle his way inside. He was able to keep possession momentarily and now loses out in the corner. Kuzmeski can't hold his own, trying to step forward. Here are the Roadrunners. It's Cam Strong. Strong tries to get it, spins it towards the front of the net as Bo Domer wasn't able to grab that. But we're going to get a penalty called against the Wildcats. It'll be a hooking call. Check that, a contact to the head call against Wichita Falls. So as looks like it's going to be Sheridan. As Sheridan skates over to the Jerry Sporting Goods penalty box, the Wildcats will head to the Gilmore's Collision Center penalty kill for the first time tonight as they lead 1-0 with 7:48 remaining in the period. Stopped to take the draw going against Jason Fernsler. Fernsler, Gornell, Brickley, Urzowski, and Sly Sutter out there on the power play for Topeka. Here is Brickley. Back to Urzowski, top of the circle. Shot saved and held there by Shaw. He'll freeze play. 7:40 remaining in the first period. Cats leading 1-0. Topeka on the power play for the year. 10 for 32. That's third best in the league at 31.3%. Wildcats penalty kill has killed off 9 straight, as this is Brickley playing it off towards the far side boards. He gets it back from Fernsler. Urzowski steps into a one-timer, and Cook got a stick to it. Cook hooked down from behind, as this is going to be a penalty against the Roadrunners, and that will negate the power play. We'll skate 4-on-4, as Cook was able to draw a hooking or a tripping call. So, count that as a successful kill for the Wildcats. They've now killed off 10 straight. Dating back to the last 2 games, it's Gornall on a hooking call. As we'll skate 4-on-4 for the next minute 40, and the Cats will then have 20 minutes of power play time. Yeager will take the draw. Canceled out. Brickley will step along with it for the Roadrunners. Brickley in his own corner plays it softly up ahead, looking for Fornaris. Oakley almost forced a turnover, but Fornaris is able to step away. Townsend steps in front. The Wildcats still battle for possession. They don't have it. Hiko Saka, drop pass, shot, save, rebound, spilled, and Shaw with a great save from left to right, as Hiko Saka was there on the doorstep trying to put that one home. Tricky play there by the Wildcats. The face-off coming to the right of Shaw. Falconer against Hiko Saka. It was one forward by Falconer, but stepping onto it is Poland before he's run hard into the wall there by Farmer. Cook chips softly around the boards, works its way up to the point for Brickley. Brickley gloves it down, squirts into a loose area, but we're going to get a hand pass called here. Actually, a bad break for the Wildcats, as it looked like Falconer and Farmer might have been able to step away on a 2-on-1. A minute 28 of 4-on-4 hockey remaining. Check that. A minute 8 of 4-on-4 hockey remaining. 6:55 remaining in the first, with the Cats leading 1-0. Shots on goal 11-8 in the early stages of this contest. Here's Cam Knight. It reverses back to Matt Cook. Cook with a nice pass along to Farmer. Farmer tries to feed it ahead there for Falconer. It was just in front of him. No icing here, as Tomek will swat this one around. Knight holds this one in, stashes it down low, as first to it here is going to be a Topeka skater in the form of Tyler Hayes. Brown was upended there, but he was able to play it along from his belly. In the neutral zone, Farmer tries to work it free, not able to do so. Fernsler, he tries to center there, looking for Brown. Pops high up into the air. It's gloved down by Farmer. Nice catch on the pop-up there by Nick, as he'll gain the red line and play this one in deep. 30 seconds, 4-on-4 remaining, and then the Cats will be on an abbreviated power play. Will Scherer lays it up the ice. Topeka trying to rush forward, as they're in a position they have not been all year. They have not trailed in the 2014-15 season until now. Silbury stashes this one into the neutral zone, where Poland recollects for Topeka. It's played along to Brickley. His long shot was spilled by Shaw. Coming along to collect was Kuzmeski, as this one is Townsend trying to reverse for Kuzmeski, but the referee's skates got in the way. Kuzmeski back along to Townsend as the Wildcats are on an abbreviated power play for the next 10 seconds. Reisinger will race down the left wing wall. He drops it there. Getting it back is Reisinger. Reisinger trying to wrap chance there. Puck loose as picking it up in a dangerous area was Cam Strong. Strong. He'll get to the red line and play deep, and that'll do it as the Wildcats power play has expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Here's LaFontaine. He'll swing it back for Cam Knight. Knight surveying his options. Subri touched it along. No icing here, and LaFontaine will race it to the corner. LaFontaine has it poked away from him. First to it here is Mike Gornall. Plays it into the skates of a teammate, Sean Brennan, as the Wildcats regain in the neutral zone. Here's Apap trying to dangle around his man Kelly. He does. Apap, drop pass, looking for Beaulieu, trying to pick up his second of the night. It didn't reach him, but Beaulieu does enough to disrupt the breakouts as the forecheck continues. Here is Knight. Fan on a one-timer. Nice job by Apap to touch it back to Cook. Cook through the middle. He's looking for Beaulieu. His shot was blocked. Puck still loose, and we'll get the whistle. Beaulieu had it behind the net, but the net was knocked off its moorings. 4:44 remaining in the first period as the Wildcats lead 1-0. Faceoff will be to the left of Tomek. Here's Reniker. Off the faceoff, he'll play this one ahead as the Cats are doing a nice job disrupting the Topeka breakout in the neutral zone. Here is Sherazin as they start forward once more. Played towards the corner, rolls away to the back wall. Reniker under pressure from Oakley. Picking it up is Topeka, however, as Willie Brown will skate up the ice. Brown cross ice in stride. Here is Hayes, his shot easily knocked away there by Shaw. First to it here is Reniker. Now it's on the stick of Sherazin for the Wildcats once more. Sherazin banks it off the wall. He was looking for Oakley. Hayes did enough to disrupt the play. As stepping onto it now is Austin Hinchin for Wichita Falls. 4:05 remaining. Litviak steps forward, trying to regain possession and play it down low. It's intercepted as Sherazin is at the end of a shift as he retreats to the bench as the Wildcats finish up a change. Step there by Townsend in the neutral zone as here is Scatliff putting his man under some pressure. As with 3:45 remaining in the first period and the Cats leading 1-0, this is played all the way in. No icing here as Townsend picks it up for Wichita Falls. Served softly behind the net of Shaw for Scatliff. Scatliff turned it over. Look out, trying to play it out in front. Turnaround chance and a save there. That was off the stick of Fornaris as here's Poland. Top of the circle. Plays it wide of the cage looking for a rebound on the far side. Instead, it's Litviak for Wichita Falls as the Cats will break. Litviak banked off the wall. Falconer going in after it. Hikosaka put under pressure there as ripping him off it was Scatliff. He lost his stick in the process, but the Wildcats keep play going in the offensive zone. Litviak, good stick work there as he tries to dispossess his man. He was able to do so momentarily, but Hikosaka takes it away and will start it up the ice once more for Fornaris. Fornaris at the left wing wall, now at the outside of the circle, played in front and canceled off the play there legally was Tyler Irvine. Subri having some trouble with it. Matt Cook plays it back along to Cam Knight. 2:50 remaining in the first period as Knight will look to set play up for the Wildcats. Nice skate there by Knight. His dump in was blocked, and that causes a delayed offside. We'll get the whistle. 2:43 remaining in the first period. 1-0. Cats leading on Austin Beaulieu's second goal of the year from Colin Staub at 11:30. I mentioned something earlier about Colin Staub, and I'll go into a little bit more depth on this in the upcoming intermission. But that play he made there to set that goal up is one that he's not able to make a year ago. He's lost some weight as Colin Staub, and he's picked up a step, and it's really showed in the early stages of this period. A lot of power skating work for Colin Staub in the offseason, and it's paying dividends here as he's really been up to the task as we're back to play as Reisinger bumps his man off the puck. Getting it back, however, are the Roadrunners. Here's Kelly towards the front of the net, blocked down. Kelly grabs the rebound, tries to tee up Brennan. He put it on his backhand, so Brennan plays it down low for Strong. First to it here is Bo Domer. Centering feed there, puck loose, and Kuzmeski kicks it away. 2:05 remaining in the period. Reisinger can't stash it out into the neutral zone as Kuzmeski will bump it along to Townsend, who plays it to Reisinger. Reisinger canceled off it, but he maintains possession. Got it up ahead to Subri. Subri couldn't pick it up, as this is Brennan in his own zone, looking to come up ice in the last minute 45 of the first. Knight at his own blue line. He circles back, gives it to Staub. Staub quickly ahead to Townsend. Townsend looking to go up the ice for Apap. Skipped over his stick. This is going to be icing here I think they could have waved that one off, as that was very clearly a pass attempt. I thought APAP might have gotten his stick to it. Either way, my opinion doesn't matter in this case. So with a minute 37 remaining in the period and the Cats leading 1-0, they'll have a defensive zone draw to deal with. Shots 15-11 in favor of the Cats according to Point Streak. Colin Staub and Austin Beaulieu already have 4 shots apiece. That line has accounted for 8 of the Wildcats' 15 shots thus far. Townsend turned over, look out, sent out in front, and a good poke check there by Cam Knight, as that was Urzowski trying to pull the trigger. Staub will step forward as Beaulieu to his left once more. Staub trying to get a step, has it poked away, centered out in front, it's loose at the crease, and Beaulieu couldn't tuck it home. Here's Cook, can't turn it back down low, he was looking for APAP. Instead, coming back up the ice, here's Urzowski, trying to take it to the left wing wall, dropped for Gornal, got through his skates, it's sent high and wide of the cage, off the stick of Poland. Poland wants it back, doesn't get it quite yet, drops for Brickley. Brickley, near side for Poland. His slap shot was a slap pass, as we're in the last minute of play in the first period, brought to you by La Quinta Inns and Suites. Cook trickles this one into the neutral zone. 50 seconds remaining in the first period as the Cats are looking to take a 1-0 lead into the intermission. Cook, as Hinchin tumbled down to the ice in his own zone. No harm, no foul, as here's Oakley. Sherazin ahead. Sherazin, onside play. He left it behind. Look out, could be a 3-on-2. Here's Renneker, getting up ahead full steam. Renneker trying to get around Kuzmeski, and Kuzmeski did just enough to force that puck wide. Sent back towards the cage, and Shaw will stick this one to the protective netting. 27.2 seconds remaining in the first period. That has seen the Roadrunners start to warm to the task a little bit after giving up that first goal, but the Wildcats still hold the lead on Austin Beaulieu's second of the year. Stick around in the intermission as we'll hear from Coach LaFontaine on his thoughts on the weekend ahead, as the Wildcats trying to pick up their first home win of the year. In the last 19 seconds, Hayes keeps the Wildcats from springing loose. Once more, Kuzmeski has it. This one he is able to poke ahead. He'll race after it, as first to it here are the Roadrunners. Turned over, Farmer trying to dance in front, one hand towards the middle in the last 3 seconds, as now the net is off its mooring, as tumbling back into the cage of Tomek was number 12, Tyler Hayes, on the back check. 3.6 seconds remaining. Not much time left in this period for anyone to do anything with. So we'll get a puck drop to the left of Tomek, and that should do it in the first, as off the draw they tie up. Trying to win it forward there was Litviak and pull the trigger, but the horn sounds, and that'll do it on a first period that sees the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead. Austin Beaulieu from Colin Staub after a great rush down the right wing wall at 11:30 of the first, as the Cats leading 1-0. We'll step aside and come back with our coach's interview, and in the intermission report, don't go anywhere. You're watching Wildcats Hockey presented by Fast Hockey, presented by Armored Roofing on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. here at the KYC. First intermission, Cats leading 1-0 on the strength of Austin Bolio's second goal of the year. They've done something that no other team has done this year against the Roadrunners. They scored the first goal as Austin Bolio's second of the year from Colin Staub at 11:30 of the first period has the Cats leading 1-0. Shots on goal in that period, according to Point Streak, are 15-11 in favor of the Wildcats as they've done a good job possessing the puck. They're doing a good job of disrupting the play in the neutral zone, and that is exactly what Coach LaFontaine wanted to see out of his side here this weekend, as now we turn our attention to our coach's interview with Coach LaFontaine. Now by Wildcats head coach John LaFontaine as Wildcats preparing for a big early season series against the Topeka Roadrunners. And John, as Topeka comes into the KYC, they have an undefeated start under their belt, 6-0-0. What do you expect from the Roadrunners this weekend?
They work hard, Ben. They really work hard. All areas of the ice, and they have a very strong puck-moving power play. Their power play is number 1 in the league, and their penalty kill is number 1 in the league. So this is what we want. You want a test like this to see how far you come and what you're made of, and we feel that we've improved, and so we're excited to compete against these guys because it's going to be a great test for us.
One of the things that was a big trend at the showcase was the rookies getting involved in the offense. In fact, 13 of the Wildcats' 20 goals this season have been scored by first-year players. What do you attribute that to? Hasn't been too much of an adjustment period for some of these guys.
Oh, and actually some of them have sped up faster in the process than we thought they would. Alex Falconer. It's not easy to play up the middle at the next level, and two of those are centermen. And of course, I think Eric Yeager would be there also if he hadn't missed so much time, but he's getting there. Those guys have really made the adjustment quick, and when Jerison, with him getting a little more jump, he adjusted faster also. It might have taken him a couple extra weeks, but then when he all of a sudden got his confidence that, okay, I can play at this level, so it's great. And so you can see all of our guys, all of the younger guys that are kind of feeding off that, hey, if he can do it, so can I.
Yeah, Kevin Sherrison, 4 goals and an assist through his first 5 games, and really picked it up at the showcase. And let's take a look in goal for both of these teams. The Wildcats obviously have found a solid young netminder in Austin Shaw. He picked up wins in his first 2 starts. On the other end of the ice, Mate Tomek for the Roadrunners, the reigning divisional star of the week, after 2 shutout wins at the showcase. What do you expect in net from both of these teams this weekend?
Well, we know that this young kid they got in is the real deal. He's quick. He competes. Doesn't seem to give up rebounds. So we're going to have to play our game, and that's get in his face. And we've got some guys that can pick spots, but you can't let them see all the shots. So hopefully we can get one early and get him on his heels, and then have our way. But it's going to be a tough, hard-fought game, I think, either way. Well, we got to keep getting a little better, and one of those areas is in the offensive zone, coming from the neutral zone, and that is to be able to read the ice better and not just throw the puck away, to be stronger on the puck down low, and not to be so easy to have the puck stripped from us. Our points are really working on getting shots through, and then of course on the D side, doing a better job in the mid zone of picking up our men and plugging up the mid zone, and if they do happen to get through, staying with our men and making life a little tougher in our own zone.
All right, we'll see if the Wildcats can accomplish all that tonight and on Saturday afternoon. John, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Ben, as always, buddy.
Coach LaFontaine speaking with me earlier today, as now we'll take a quick look around the league at the Jerry Sporting Goods out-of-town scoreboard. We'll start on the East Coast, or at least in the Eastern time, as in Michigan, in Flint, Michigan, it's the Johnstown Tomahawks 2, the Warriors 1. They're through 2 periods of play there. In Northern Michigan, the Keystone Ice Miners up 4-0 on the Sioux Eagles with about 2 minutes remaining in the second period. In Janesville, the Jets and Springfield Junior Blues are locked up at 1 apiece. They're in the first intermission there. In Cloquet, Minnesota, it's 2-0 Wilderness leading the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, and the Ice Dogs are having a bit of a rough go of it at the start of the season. A few losses for a team that really never looked very vulnerable last year. In Amarillo, it's 1-1 between the Bulls and the Rio Grande Valley Killer Bees through 20 minutes of play. Home opener there for the Bulls at the Amarillo Civic Center. Aberdeen are up 1-0. The Aberdeen Wings are up 1-0 on the Bismarck Bobcats. They're through 20 minutes of action there in Aberdeen. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Magicians are hosting the Kenai River Brown Bears tonight. They have a 1-0 lead with about 2:48 remaining in the first period. Austin on the road in Montana playing the Minot Minotauros, just underway there. About 15 minutes remaining in a scoreless first period from Montana. And later tonight, 7:05 Pacific time, Wenatchee will host the Odessa Jackalopes for what is, oddly enough, a divisional matchup. Wenatchee obviously in the South Division this year, leading to 8 teams in the South Division, so 6 teams in the South Division will make the playoffs this year, as Wildcats will be looking to make the playoffs for the second year in a row, but there's a heck of a lot of hockey to get to before that can even be discussed. Right now, they're just looking to carry on the good vibes from this first period into the second. They lead at 1-0 here at the K. Yeager Coliseum. As we'll step aside when we come back, it's the second period of action presented by American Classified. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wildcats Hockey presented by Armored Roofing on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Second period straight ahead here from the Gay Yeager Coliseum. Ben Horner with you on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. It's Wildcats Hockey presented by Armored Roofing. Thanks for making us a part of your Friday evening, wherever you may be tuning in from. Maybe it's Hastings, Minnesota. Maybe it's Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Maybe it's back in New York on Long Island or in the Buffalo area. Heck, maybe it's even in Illinois or Indiana. Either way, we're glad you've decided to make us a part of your Friday evening plans. Cats and Roadrunners will change ends after that first period. Cats now skating from left to right across your screen. That's Q to P across your keyboard if you're joining us on YouTube. As the Roadrunners countering back the other way. Cats holding a slim 1-0 lead over the Roadrunners thanks to Austin Beaulieu's second goal of the year. As they'll look to extend that. Meanwhile, Austin Shaw has looked solid. Hasn't been tasked too much tonight, but he's been solid when called upon. As we'll start this period skating 5-on-5. Shots on goal, 15 to 11 in favor of the Cats in that period. Looks like we'll have the line of Beaulieu, Staub, and Apap to start it off for the Cats. To counter, the Roadrunners will start with Hiko Saka, Fornaris, and Tyler Irvine. Apap steps into the draw. Hiko Saka is waiting for the goaltenders to be ready as Sanders sets everyone up, and we are good to go as the puck is down here for the second period of action between the Roadrunners and your Wichita Falls Wildcats. Right away, this one ramped into the zone by the Topeka. Let's see what adjustment these two teams made after that intermission. Trying to step out in front there right away are the Roadrunners. Buried down to the ice behind the net was Hiko Saka as Staub will step away, but he has his pocket picked. Nice recovery there by Kuzmeski, and he'll start a 3-on-2. Kuzmeski looking to drop for Apap. Now rounding on it. His shot whistles wide of the cage as he pulled the trigger, trying to pick the inside corner of that near post. Stop. Kuzmeski wasn't able to hold the zone. Fornaris looking to step away here. Fornaris, his shot saved, spilled, and then covered by Austin Shaw. Busy first shift of the period there for Mr. Shane Kuzmeski as he stepped along to keep Colin Staub's turnover from hurting the Wildcats. Started off on a 3-on-2. Looked like he was going to drop it for Apap down the middle, but then curled around at the top of the right circle and rifled it just wide of the cage. Kuzmeski can motor, as he's in his first season at the junior level, and he started to get adjusted, acclimated pretty well in the early going. Shot off the draw is blockered up to the glass, as picking this one up are the Wildcats. Here's Litviak looking to put it together down the right wing wall. He'll play it wide of the cage. Tomek gets it there and pokes it off to the back wall. Nice play by Sly Sutter to bank it off the wall and step away. Townsend with a good interception, and he'll serve it down low. Falconer can't win the race to this one, as this is played around to the near side. Scatliff trying to help out and hold. Farmer back towards the net, blocked down. Falconer on a loose puck. He wasn't able to get it all the way on net, as the Wildcats will regain in the neutral zone. It's Scatliff. His touch pass intercepted. Scatliff once more in front of his own bench will skate in onside. Let the puck skitter off his stick, as that will allow Hayes to grab it for Topeka. Litviak with some good dogged work. Can't turn it into the skates. He gets it back, though, from Yeager. Drop pass for Farmer. Farmer trying to step through a check. He's tied up there. Can't fight through it just yet. The Wildcats are able to hold the zone in the form of Scatliff. Now it works its way into the neutral zone, and the Wildcats have to clear out. Home run pass. Here's Sherazin on a break. Sherazin in a save there by Tomek. That's 2 on the break for Tomek here tonight. Oakley. Yeager trying to hold the zone for the Cats. Sherazin can't help out either, as now Urzowski will bring it forward for Topeka. Urzowski, onside play, look to drop for Fernsler, as now it's tied up on the near side corner. Two-a-side battle ensues as Knight forces this one along for Yeager to one hand up ahead for Cook. Cook. Hard pass back cross ice for Oakley. Oakley couldn't reach that one as it skipped over his stick as Urzowski brings it in, but an offside play as Fernsler was just a bit early. 17:48 remaining in the second period. A 1-0 score in favor of the Wildcats. Could have been 2-0 there as Kevin Sherazin was bidding for his 5th goal of the year on a bit of a broken play. He had a breakaway from the blue line in. He corralled the puck just inside the hash marks and didn't have much space to do anything but rip it quick. And Tomek read it all the way and made the save. Off the face-off, It's in possession of the runners. They'll dump this one in deep. Shaw has some trouble with it. He ramps it around the glass and gets back into position as Fernsler has it for Topeka. Puck loose at the doorstep. Now Fernsler has it, forced to the corner, but he drops it for Rosowski. Knight runs his man hard into the wall there, ties him up. Cook will come along and pull it free. Cook chips this one ahead. He was looking for Apap. Bouncing puck, stops, swats at it. Can't get it in the zone. Now here's Bolio. Outside the circle, Bolio shot, save, rebound, and it was just cleared away, and now the net is off its moorings. As trying to swat at a bouncing puck there was Tommy Apap. 17-14 remaining in the first. Second period, beg your pardon, presented by American Classified as the Cats still hold a 1-0 lead thanks to Austin Bolio's goal at 11:30 of the first period coming from Colin Stopp. Face off to the right of Tomek now. Tomek making some good saves, living up to the billing as a top prospect. A 1997 birth year. Scott Langer and company are very high on this young netminder, much as the Wildcats are very high on Austin Shaw. Unable to stash back to the point was LaFontaine, as now the Roadrunners look to start ahead. It's played in deep there by Domer. First to it is Cam Strong, looking to swivel out in front, force wide. Now a shot sticked away there by Shaw, and it'll bounce to the near side. First to it here is Domer. Kuzmeski ties him up. Trying to come along and help out was Subri. Works its way to the near side as it's sent for the slot, and a one-timer there is partially deflected and forced wide off the stick of Maver. Now into the slot once more. It's intercepted by Kuzmeski, who will start it up ahead for Reisinger to motor. Reisinger, onside play. His shot as he started to step inside is saved. LaFontaine back out in front, and Reisinger had his stick lifted at the last second. Strong, softly up ahead. Ironic there, as this is Domer blasting this one all the way in. No icing here as Hiko Saka got to it first, but he left it behind for Subri. Subri clears, that's off a body, so no icing here. As first to this one in his own zone is Will Scherer. Scherer, who scored a game-winning shootout goal in a 12-round shootout win over the Keystone Ice Miners last Wednesday at the Showcase. Gives a little hack to Hinch in there, but the Cats will have it in the form of Falconer. Dangerous Hiko Saka back towards the net, and it's easily knocked aside there by the Cats. Townsend. Trying to work it up the wall. Spun off the check and starts it forward for Townsend. Could be a 4-on-2 as Townsend takes this one wide. Let it go forward off his stick. Litviak will get there first for Wichita Falls. Left behind momentarily. He recorrals. Now behind the net. He's pressed into the wall there by Hayes. Knocked off the glass to the near side. It comes. Townsend with a good step. He'll hold his own. Farmer back towards the net. Bouncing puck knocked out of midair. Trying to grab it there was Litviak, but Hayes has it for Topeka. Hayes looking to step forward. Hooked there by Farmer. No call forthcoming as the referee was screened, and Townsend will get it in his own zone with 5 minutes played in the second period. Here is Farmer. Stepping away off the left wing wall. Saucered onto the stick of Tomek there as play continues. Here's Rosowski. Rosowski looking to bring it forward now. It's played wide as Scatliff is running hard to the boards there as Matt Cook turned it over briefly. Falconer trying to fight through this check. Instead, it's on the stick of Fernsler. He turns. His shot was deflected and went away from the cage of Shaw, who didn't see it. Cook tied up behind the net. Rather, that was Scatliff tied up behind the net. Cook softly along. Sheridan couldn't reach that puck first as it served back to the near side. Litviak pokes at it. Can't clear the zone. Scatliff will come along and help out as the puck is bouncing around the neutral zone here. Onside play, barely. Here's Kelly with a shot wide of the cage. As this one is chipped down the ice by the Wildcats, but will come up short of icing as back to collect is Ryan Poland. Behind his own net and stepping out, here is Poland. Played up ahead, looking for Sutter. Got enough of a stick to it to negate the icing. Shaw is slashed at, but gets back into his net as Reniker has it. Served it back behind for no one in particular as Oakley will grab it for the Cats. Bumped off the back wall for Matt Cook. Cook will play this one up ahead, trying to hit Oakley in stride, as he wasn't able to reach that one as Brickley plays this one to the far side glass. In the neutral zone, Oakley can't settle a bouncing puck. Reniker looking to start up the ice. Bouncing puck, trying to fan at it there was Knight, as he'll step away from the pressure of Sutter and curl up ice for the Cats. Knight, pass through the middle, off the back skate of Oakley. He didn't know too much about that, as here is Ryan Poland playing it off to the far side in Reniker. Reniker barely an onside play. Here's Reniker, shot and a glove save there by Shaw, who is tracking that all the way. 13:38 remaining in the second period. Cats leading 1-0. Shots on goal, 19-14 in favor of the Wildcats. 3-2 in the early stages of this second period. As teams are getting a little bit cagier, they've gotten a bit more responsible defensively. Not nearly as many turnovers in the neutral zone by the Roadrunners. Washed out of the draw here is Mavar. Strong will step into the draw for Topeka. No, now Strong is washed out. So stepping in will be Bo Domer. They cancel out off the draw. Trying to win it free are the Wildcats. Still they scrum forward at the face-off dot. Finally it's worked free, but still no one has clean possession of it. First to it here, now Tommy Apap can't work it loose. Bouncing towards the cage of Shaw. He does just enough to get it towards Beaulieu. He bumps it off the back wall for Townsend, who will serve it right back up ahead for Beaulieu. Beaulieu, onside play, barely. Hard pass to the near side for Apap. Serve back to Townsend at the point. Townsend rags towards the net, blocked down in front, hit off the body of Shaw, or rather Staub, and Staub goes to the corner to collect. Beaulieu ridden into the wall there, trying to fish it free. He's not able to do so. Now he has it as Staub came along to support. Beaulieu, Kuzmeski can't serve it back down low, but Beaulieu has it there towards the net, wide of the cage. Townsend steps down outside the circle, holding on it, now towards the middle. Townsend plays it behind for Beaulieu. Nice pass there. Beaulieu back behind the net for Apap. Apap on his backhand towards the far side corner. Apap forced to the wall, but he'll bump behind for Beaulieu as Beaulieu spins away. Beaulieu still with the puck at the far side. He gives it up to Kuzmeski. Kuzmeski with some trouble as this one deflects, not out of play, as it bounced down just in front of the glass. Staub first to it here, couldn't poke it for Apap in front of the net as this skitters along for Townsend to hold again. Townsend back down low to the near side corner. Good spell this for the Wildcats on a good shift. Apap finds Reisinger. Reisinger's shot blocked there, still loose in the slot. And finally, the Roadrunners are able to clear as Strong brings this one forward and hammers it clean into the protective netting. Trying to say it was deflected. I don't think so. 12-12 remaining in the second period. Good shift that for the Wildcats just now by Staub, Beaulieu, and Apap. And again, that line continues to impress as they have accounted for quite a few shots here this evening. Staub has 4. Beaulieu has 5. That's 9 of the Wildcats' 19 shots. Off the face-off, here's Kelly. Into the body of Shaw, and he'll just freeze play with 6 seconds ticking off the clock. 12:06 remaining in the second period in a 1-0 game in favor of the Wildcats. Face-off will be to the left of Shaw with Falconer to take it against Fernsler. They overload in front of the net to the Roadrunners, but the Cats have it off the draw as Falconer can't clear this one past Fernsler though. Urzowski trying to spin it behind the net for Gornall. Gornall trying to go back out in front. Bouncing puck, they'll jam for it. And Shaw does just enough to force it away as Litviak is upended. How is that not a slash? Either way, we play on as it's Falconer trying to step towards the middle, force wide of the net, and now the net's off its moorings, and we'll get a whistle. Tim Farrell has let a few ones go tonight. In fairness, it's going both ways, so not much to complain about. 11:46 remaining in the second period as the Cats still lead 1-0 as Austin Beaulieu's goal still standing up as the only tally of the contest thus far. Face-off will be to the left of Tomek. Can't win the draw. Reisinger ties up, can't pull it free. Here's Fornaris spinning away from LaFontaine. Played off to the far side. Stepping onto it was Irvine for the Roadrunners. Hard up to the neutral zone where Townsend will grab it for the Wildcats. Townsend will play this one towards the cage. It's off a glove, and it will be collected there by Poland. Nice forecheck there, trying to jam at it at the side of the net. Reisinger touches at it, and he wasn't able to get any steam behind that shot, so Tomek will cover up. Good forecheck there from Subri. Some dogged work there from the Manitoban as he was able to force the turnover and work the puck to the front of the net with one hand tied up and one hand on his stick. Off the draw, it's towards the front of the net as Litviak came crashing to the crease. Tomek stick this one away as Reneker starts this one up the ice. In the neutral zone, the Roadrunners will fling this one in deep. First to it here will be Turk Skatliff. He bumps it off the wall. Townsend under some pressure here will sweep it off to the far side. Litviak tied up momentarily as he can't clear the zone. Willie Brown doing some work over there as Litviak is still tied up. He's able to chop it to the blue line, but no farther. As now on a second look, the Cats still can't clear the zone. Now they clear the zone, but Farmer wasn't able to reach that puck. Skatliff gloves it down in his own zone. Bumps it off the wall. That's the turnover there. And now they'll have to go to work as trying to step free are the Roadrunners. Scatlip bumps it off the back wall as here is Farmer collecting, pitching it high up into the air as Litviak will glove this one down. Can't dance his way inside, tries to re-corral, lost it in his skates, now upended as he loses an edge. Farmer will glove it out of midair, plays it back into the neutral zone where Scatlip touches it ahead for Falconer. Falconer, his shot, save, spilled. Farmer can't knock it out of midair. Turnaround effort saved by Tomek as the Wildcats trying to fling as much rubber on the cage of Tomek as possible. Renneker will bring it forward over the right wing wall. That's there nicely by Eric Yeager. Yeager looking comfortable in his own defensive zone, and he should. He used to be a defenseman, as I learned last week at the showcase, as here is Jake Townsend in his own zone. Takes it off the wall from Scatlip. Can't handle it cleanly, however, as now on a second look, the Wildcats are just able to clear the zone. Sherazin trying to win this battle. Stepping in front of him there was Jack Kelly as the Roadrunners maintain possession. Hikosaka can't play this one past Yeager. Yeager the first to it for the Wildcats. Around the near side it comes for Oakley. He'll spin off the check of Irvine and play it softly behind for Scatlip. Scatlip. And a bouncing puck up ahead for Oakley. Oakley trying to go through the middle. He was looking for Sherazin. It was sticked away at the last second. Here is Townsend just in front of the penalty boxes. Sherazin onside play. Sherazin for Townsend. His shot saved and held there by Tomek as a whole lot of pressure was coming in quick on the Slovakian. 9:17 remaining in the second period as the Wildcats continue to lead 1-0. Second period of action, it's Wildcats hockey presented by Armored Roofing. Ben Horner with you if you're just joining us on fasthockey.com or the Wildcats Broadcast Network. The Wildcats leading 1-0. Austin Bolio's second goal of the year. That is Bolio's fourth point of the campaign. And Austin was a little bit snake-bit at the showcase in Minnesota. He hit the post a couple of times, had some good looks in close, but he wasn't able to find the net until the Wildcats' last game against the Warriors. And his goal actually stood up as a game-winning tally as he raced down the left wing wall. He took a drop pass from Tommy Apap, used a screen, and wired it inside the near post past Tiger Howitt's glove, and the Wildcats had a 3-1 lead at that point. The final score was 4-2 as Sherazin tacked on an empty netter at the end of that one. Coincidentally, that was Sherazin's second goal of the game, his second time in 4 showcase games that he was able to post 2 goals in a contest. We're in immediate timeout here at the K. Yeager Coliseum. We'll get back to play momentarily. When we do, the Wildcats will have an offensive zone draw to the right of Tomek. Shots on goal, according to the big board, 23-15 in favor of the Wildcats. Matching up with point streak as they're doubling up Topeka in the early, or about halfway through this second period. 8-4 are the shots. Cleanly by the Wildcats. Knight can't hustle to the middle of the blue line to hold it in. Nice reverse there along to Cook. Cook tries to play it back to Knight. Karam's off a leg, but it lands right on Bolio's tape, and he'll pitch this one in deep. Cats will go in on the forecheck. Poland played around to the near side wall. Knight tries to fling it towards the cage. It's on the stick of Brickley, who gets it up to Urzowski. Trying to touch it towards the middle for Fernsler. Nice recovery there by Cam Knight, but Topeka still has it. Here's Urzowski. Takes it wide. Tries to play it back to the near side, and Gornall intercepting with Staub. Softly ahead to Bolio. Bolio will rag through the neutral zone as the Cats will take this opportunity to clear out. Apap trying to send this one in deep. Penalty upcoming here against Topeka, and we get the whistle. 8:40 remaining in the second period, and we'll get the penalty call in just a second. Penalty is to number 6, Daniel Brickley. He'll sit for 2 minutes, and the Wildcats will head to the power play. I think it's going to be either boarding or checking from behind, something of that nature. Either way, the Wildcats to their first full power play of the evening as Colin Staub will win this one off to the near side. Trying to hold it at the zone was Townsend. He did just enough. Renneker might have been on a short-handed break as Townsend continues his good solid start to the season. Oakley behind the net. Here's Litviak now. Litviak off to Oakley in the corner. Oakley will take it to the outside wall. Finds Staub, top of the circle. Townsend loads a one-timer block down in front. That stung Brennan, and Oakley will pick up the rebound at the far side. Oakley trying to dance his way into some space to play a pass. He'll play it behind the net. Litviak will take it in the corner. Litviak Thought about dancing in front. Instead, it's Sherazin. Sherazin has stop at the point, uses Litviak down low. Along to Sherazin now, up to Townsend, middle of the blue line. Along to Collins, stop, top of the left circle. Shot, save, rebound, puck loose there. Swatted away from danger, almost turned over, but Topeka is able to put it on their backhand and clear out. That was Hiko Saka on the clear. Townsend to the near side. Apap, fresh from the bench. Back trailing play. Here's Sherazin shot, and he was looking to pick the top corner, and it got the glass. Up to Townsend at the point. Beaulieu has it now at the left side, top of the circle. Stick handles. Farmer, loading, shot, blocked, pops up into the air. Farmer gloves it down, hacking at it. Puck is loose in the crease, and we'll get the whistle, and they're going to say a hand pass, as Farmer had his stick broken in two, and he was trying to touch up to negate that, but he wasn't able to do so. So the faceoff will be moved out into the neutral zone in front of the Wildcats bench. 7:33 remaining in the Wildcats' second power play of the evening. 7:33 remaining in the second, 53 seconds remaining in the Wildcats' second power play of the evening. Apap and Sutter will take the draw. One cleanly by Apap as he continues to really impress. A lot of D1 scouts sniffing around Mr. Apap after a strong showcase showing as well. Beaulieu, nice pass back to the near side for Apap. Spins away from some pressure, finds Cook, gets it back from Cook. Apap has some trouble with it, needs some support, trying to dance away from two men there. He played it down low for Farmer. Farmer bumped it off the wall for Apap. Now Farmer has it, trying to backhand out in front, and it's knocked away to the back wall. Here's Cook as the traffic clears. Cook up to Cam Knight, middle of the blue line. Austin Beaulieu, top of the circle. Held on a shot. Back along to Cam Knight, top of the right circle. Knight shot, looking for a deflection, and it floated high, got the glass. Beaulieu, Matt Cook, middle of the blue line. Cook holds, looking to load a shot. It was blocked there, and this one will be sent all the way down towards the cage of Shaw. Not sure what Cook was going for. Quickly up the ice, it comes to Beaulieu. Had some trouble with it there, but he was able to recollect. Can't play it in deep in the last few seconds of the power play, as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. As out of the box was Brickley. They battle for it in the neutral zone. Knight grabs it, plays it back to Matt Cook, and LaFontaine will touch this one in deep. Tomek will step away from his crease to play that one. Brickley can't clear the zone. Here's Kuzmeski stepping into a shot, blocked down in front, no one at the near post, and the Wildcats can't grab it, the rebound. Here's Fernsler. Steps inside Subri's forecheck. Fernsler off to the near side, looking for Scherer. Scherer will play down low. Behind the net, first to it here are the Roadrunners. It's Fernsler on the far side. Erzowski behind the cage. Looking to send it out in front. Fernsler had his stick tied up. That works its way to the neutral zone for Brennan. Brennan played it along to Kelly. Kelly serves this one towards the cage of Shaw, and we'll get a whistle here. I thought Shaw was going to put this one back into play. I think we're going to get a whistle on a delayed offside, perhaps. 5:54 remaining in the second period, as it looks like they're going to move the faceoff to the neutral zone. So indeed, they blew it dead on an offside, as the Cats still holding a 1-0 lead. Strong, his shot, sticked away there by Shaw to the corner. Strong once more. In the far side corner, he has it. Steps away from a check there. Puck loose. Litviak can't grab it as Kuzmeski comes along and motors ahead. Kuzmeski could be a 3-on-2. He left it behind there. Farmer with a one-timer blocked. Picking up the rebound was Falconer. Falconer trying to step into some space at the far side wall. Plays it for Litviak in the corner. Litviak in front. Here's Falconer. Couldn't pull the trigger. Falconer, Farmer towards the net. Floats wide of the cage as Litviak was looking to grab it there on the far side. He does so. Couldn't chop it free as this is onto the stick of Brennan. Brennan gets it up ahead to Strong. Strong's pass intercepted by Litviak. He was able to hold the zone momentarily as the Wildcats will go back in on the forecheck. Farmer gave his man a bump there. That was Maver behind the net. It's off the near side glass as Strong works it into the neutral zone. Kuzmeski will hustle back to play it in the last 5 minutes of this period. Kuzmeski hard off the backboards. Falconer is tied up there, but he was able to get the puck into the neutral zone as Oakley tries to dispossess his man. Called his number too much tonight, but he works it along to Oakley. Oakley charging towards the front of the net. Save! Puck loose, and Tomek covers up the rebound. And now a little bit extra as Sherazin with some glove punches there. Someone lost the mitten as the referee and the linesman step in and intervene quickly. That was Kelly who lost one of his gloves. Oakley got a step on his backhand. He cut towards the middle. His shot just trickled through the body of Tomek, but he was able to locate it behind him and cover up. No penalties forthcoming out of that little scuffle after the play. 4:41 remaining in the second period. Cats leading 1-0 thanks to Austin Beaulieu's goal in the first. This game could be 2, 3, 4 nothing were it not for the play of Tomek. He's made some very nice saves on one-on-one chances. Puck is loose, and Yeager can't grab it first as starting it up the ice in a 3-on-2. Here's Sutter, has Renneker to his left. Backdoor pass. It's into the skates of a man there. That was Willie Brown. Couldn't pull the trigger. Puck is still loose, though. Now Oakley tries to come along and help out at the near side half wall. Held in. Now Willie Brown has to play it into the neutral zone for Poland. Townsend couldn't glove it down off the glass. Scatliff in his own zone will play this one off the glass. Townsend with some trouble there, but he was able to work it ahead to Kevin Sherazin. Now it's Scatliff. In his own zone, he'll look to come up the ice. Scatliff lumbering forward. Instead, he'll drop it back for Townsend. Townsend will smack this one off the glass. Unable to glove it in the neutral zone was Yeager. As turning up the ice, here's Poland. Renneker touched it up ahead to Sutter. Sutter forced to the near side. Now at the wall, ridden into the wall there nicely by Sherazin, as this is off the back of the cage of Shaw, and Townsend will look to come up the ice. Softly along for Staub. Staub is able to work it free. Scherer first to it here. Gloving it down is Townsend, as Townsend looks to step into the middle of the ice. On his backhand, he'll play this one in deep as the Wildcats are working on a change. Here's Staub first to it there. Lost it momentarily. Got it back. Now still Staub trying to feed out in front for Townsend, who was unmarked there in the circle, but picking it up is Willie Brown. Cook, did he hold this one in? Yes, he did. Nice play there by Cook. It's played off to the near side corner for Colin Staub. Tries to spin out in front looking for Beaulieu, and Tomek doesn't like what he sees, so he'll just deflect it into his big catching glove. 3:15 remaining in the second. The Wildcats still leading 1-0 on Austin Beaulieu's goal. Shots in this period, 10-5 in favor of the Wildcats. 25-16 in the contest in favor of the Cats as well. Interesting week for the Wildcats, to be sure. No ice this week as they were hosting the circus at the KYC this week, so they had to make a pilgrimage to Oklahoma City on Monday, went to North Richland Hills outside Dallas on Wednesday. Kuzmeski towards the net, blocked down in front. They scrambled for the puck, and Tomek was able to cover up through a mess of bodies. 3:08 remaining in the second period, and we'll do it again with another offensive zone draw for the Wildcats. So a lot of travel for the Wildcats this week just to play a home game, but home sweet home right now as they still lead 1-0. A lot of hockey left to play, though. 23 minutes and 8 seconds to be exact. APAP can't win the draw. However, the Cats gain the puck as Staub can't walk out in front. Beaulieu, APAP, back to Beaulieu behind the net. Beaulieu dancing away from some pressure. He takes it behind the net. Nice elusiveness, stuff attempt there, trying to turn around. APAP couldn't direct it towards the net as it trickled through his wickets. Trying to grab it there on the far side. Here's Beaulieu. Beaulieu bumped off hard there. Nice clean hit by Brickley, but the Wildcats maintain possession. Here is APAP. Finds Beaulieu now. Good dogged work by the Wildcats on this shift. Hinchin now to Beaulieu. Steps away from a check. Forced to the outside, towards the back door. Staub was all alone. Kuzmeski hammers one towards the net, blocked down. He'll get it back. Kuzmeski back towards the cage, save, rebound. APAP trying to turn it home. Back to Staub, and he fanned on it as it trickled through his legs. Staub tied up. Beaulieu has it. Rather, LaFontaine shot, and he got the glass. Near side, LaFontaine recorrals. Fresh from the bench is Subri as the Wildcats change on the fly. Good shift here as Subri tries to play it to Reisinger in the high slot. It was intercepted in the neutral zone. Kuzmeski will recorral. Has some trouble with it. Nice recovery, but Fornaris has it. Fornaris trying to one-hand it in front, but a good one-handed play there. Forced him to the corner. Fornaris has it back in front. Shaw makes the save, and the Cats are able to clear. No, they're not. Only as far as the blue line. Now it caroms into the neutral zone, and the Wildcats catch a break. Far side, it's Hayes. Hard back to the near side for Gornal. He couldn't settle. Stepping along, here's Orzowski's shot save. Rebound spilled, knocked away to the back wall. Hinchin swats this one along for Reisinger. Reisinger hustling after this one. Has it on his stick, plays it to Hinchin. Hinchin turned over. Orzowski down low, Gornal, and it just went under his stick as Hinchin with a good recovery play. Hinchin can't win that one back. 8-on-8 battle there as the Wildcats still can't clear the zone. Running around a bit in the last minute 20 of this second period as they're holding on to a 1-0 lead. Reisinger will get to the red line here. Can't dump this one in deep, but he got it up ahead to a teammate. Subri's shot blocked. He'll go in after it. Subri bumped off. It has it. Speeds it out in front for Farmer. Bouncing puck. Cam Knight caught between two minds. Now he has to hustle back as it's a 3-on-2. Offside play as Fernsler put on the brakes, and that was ill-advised as he caused a couple of guys to go offside. 1:01 remaining in this second period. As we'll just go ahead and call it the last minute of play in this second period, brought to you by La Quinta Inns and Suites. Be sure to call them up If you're coming into Wichita Falls for a Wildcats game, when you do, ask for the Wildcats rate, 940-322-6971. As we're back to play here, Cam Knight disrupts the play on the stick of Matt Cook. He'll retreat behind the net of Shaw in the last 50 minutes. 50 seconds, I should say. Cook, Reniker. Cook will just float this one up ahead for Farmer. Farmer rubbed off it, but gaining the zone. Having to re-corral on a delayed offside. He'll play it off to the far side for Cook in front of the penalty boxes. Couldn't get the puck in deep. The Wildcats have to tag up. They do so. It's back to the near side for Sutter. Turned over at the blue line. Falconer felt a big hit coming there from Sly Sutter. Reniker picks up a loose puck. Nice recovery there by Cook. Softly up ahead. Farmer pokes at it. 20 seconds remaining in this period. As this is Litviak on the back check as Cook can't work this into the neutral zone quite yet. Farmer one-handed along on his second effort. Now Farmer will play this off to the near side in the last 8 ticks of the frame. Slung in behind the cage of Shaw as he'll let the time elapse. Cook will tie this one up in the corner with 1 second remaining and we'll get the horn. At the end of the second period, the Wildcats still holding on to a 2-0 lead. 1-0 lead, I should say. Wishful thinking if you're a Wildcats fan. Austin Bolio, his second goal of the year. That's where the 2 came from on that one. Austin Bolio, his second goal of the year from Colin Staub at 11:30 of the first period. Still the only marker in this contest. We'll step aside and come back. When we do, we'll have highlights from the Wildcats' 4-2 win over the Michigan Warriors and a look at the out-of-town scoreboard on the Jerry's Sporting Goods out-of-town scores. It's all straight ahead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wildcats Hockey, presented by Armored Roofing on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Yager Coliseum. We're in the second intermission. Ben Horner with you on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. It's Wildcats Hockey presented by Armored Roofing. Bringing bringing you Wildcats hockey all season long here. Very glad you've decided to make us a part of your Friday evening as we're here at the KYC. The Wildcats holding a 1-0 lead through 40 minutes of action. Austin Bolio with the only tally in the contest thus far, coming from Colin Staub at 11:30 of the first period. Shots on goal in that second period, 12-7 in favor of the Wildcats, 15-11 in the first period in favor of the Cats. It adds up to a 27-18 advantage in shots on goal for this Wildcat team. And I tell you what, if it weren't for the solid play of Matej Tomek, this could be a much more lopsided affair, as there's been two really solid breakaway opportunities for the Wildcats. One for Falconer in the first period, one for Sherazin on a partial break from the blue line in the second period. And also, don't forget that chance for Evan Oakley cutting in from the left wing wall, using his size and his strength to shield off his man from the puck. And he put it on, it was on his backhand, he switched to his forehand, got it through the body of Tomek, but Tomek got just enough to keep it from going past him, and then he found the loose puck behind him and covered up for a whistle. So it could be 2-3-0 in favor of the Wildcats were it not for the strong play of the 1997 Slovakian-born Matej Tomek. Of course, on the other end in goal, Austin Shaw has been solid as well. He's pitching a shutout thus far. Of course, in his last outing against the Michigan Warriors, he carried a shutout into the third period, as he had played 5 consecutive periods of shutout hockey before giving up his first goal at the 6:09 mark of the third, all part of a big offensive outburst by both teams in that last contest, as the Wildcats would wind up coming out ahead, as their offensive outburst was just enough bigger than the Warriors as they came away 4-2 winners. As now we'll turn our attention to highlights from that showcase-ending win over Michigan. Home run pass to Farmer, breakaway, last 10 seconds. Here's Farmer all alone, and a glove save there by Howard. Great feed from Cook, great race there by Farmer, and a better save to match by Tiger Howitt. Shot scores! What a solo effort by Kevin Sherazin. He makes it 1-0, the first goal of the game, and the Wildcats take the lead. Here's a broken play as a shot and a score by Colin Horton, as the Wildcats lost their man at the blue line, and just like that, it is 1-1. Shot scores! Matt Cook sniped off the faceoff into the top corner, his second goal in as many games, and the Wildcats regain the lead. It's 2-1. As Bolio to his left. Shot scores! Austin Bolio breaks the duck. He gets his first career goal, and bing, bang, boom, it's 3-1 Wildcats. Great rush there. APAP dropped it off to Bolio. He overskated it to load some power into the shot. He gets his first career tally after hitting the post twice in the last 2 games, and the Wildcats lead 3-1. Wildcats, but scores through a screen, and Tyler Grote pulls one back and makes it 3-2. Shaw never saw that. Shot blocked there by Oakley, unable to clear. On a second effort, he will clear softly up the board. Sherazin racing ahead, net empty. In front, Sherazin holding, scores into the empty net, and that will be that. 4-2, 16.7 ticks. Sherazin his second of the game into the empty net, and the Wildcats are looking like they'll head home with 2 points in the bag here against the Michigan Warriors. And come home with 2 points in the bag. They did indeed, as they finished up the showcase with a 3-1 mark. The only blemish, a 5-4 loss to the Minnesota Magicians in Game 2. And if you talk to the Wildcats forwards and defensemen, well, if you talk to any Wildcats players, they'll tell you that that's one that they should have had, but they let slip through their fingers, as they seem determined to not let that happen much after that bit of a disappointing showing on that game against the Minnesota Magicians coming on September the 18th. Of course, there were some bright spots in that contest as Austin Hinchin picked up his first career tally and Kevin Sherrizan had 2 goals as well, but it was all for naught. Either way, back to the action at hand here as we enter the third period, or as we get set to enter the third period. The Wildcats will be skating 5-on-5 against the Roadrunners, and they're doing something that not too many teams have done against Topeka this year. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that no team has done against the Roadrunners in the early stages of this period. And, you know, I keep saying that no team has done this, no team has done that. The Wildcats are the first to do this. The Roadrunners are the first to do that. We're still only 6 games into the season. It's not even the end of September yet, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. There's not a whole lot of context yet for these stats. By the time you get into the middle of October, end of October, that's when you'll start to see these stats carry a bit more weight. Either way, I digress, as now we'll turn our attention to the out-of-town scoreboard as we'll take a look around the league on the Jerry's Sporting Goods out-of-town scoreboard. In Michigan, the Warriors fall 2-1 at home in their home opener in Flint as Johnstown takes the victory. The Tomahawks had a bit of a rough showcase, so they bounce back with a solid win in their first non-showcase game. Keystone 5-2 leading the Sioux Eagles. They are about halfway through the third period there in the upper part of Michigan. Sault Ste. Marie, the site of that contest. In Janesville, it's 3-2 with the Jets leading the Springfield Junior Blues. They're in the second period there, or the second intermission there, I should say. Also in the second intermission are the Ice Dogs and the Wilderness. Wilderness holding a 3-2 lead as that one going down in Cloquet, Minnesota. We'll see if the Wilderness can hold on to that one. And a Wilderness team that really gave the Wildcats a good game. They had chances in that contest that the Wildcats took 3-0, but Shaw was just equal to the task each and every time. Made a couple of real big saves early on, getting some confidence in himself, as he also lifted his teammates a bit as well, as he wound up picking up a shutout in his first career start. In Amarillo, the Bulls are locked up with the Rio Grande Valley Killer Bees. 2-2 the score there in the Bulls home opener in the Texas Panhandle. They're ticking down towards the end of the second period in that one. In Aberdeen, it is now 1-1 between the Bismarck Bobcats and Aberdeen Wings. They're through 2 periods of action there, 20 decisive minutes ahead for those 2 teams. In Richfield, Minnesota, the Minnesota Magicians hold a 3-2 lead over the Kenai River Brown Bears. About 5 minutes remaining in the second period there, and the deadlock has been broken. Check that. The scoreboard just refreshes, and the Magicians and the Brown Bears are now tied up at 3 goals apiece. So a little bit of a back-and-forth, topsy-turvy game there. In Minot, the deadlock has been broken in the early stages of the second period. The Minotauros holding a 1-0 lead on the Austin Bruins. And later tonight, beginning at 7:05 Pacific time, so 9:05 Central time, the Wenatchee Wild playing host to the Odessa Jackalopes. That's the out-of-town scoreboard. As that will do it for us here on the Intermission Report. When we come back, we'll have the third period of action from the K. Yeager Coliseum. Don't go anywhere. It's Wildcats Hockey presented by Armored Roofing on FastHockey.com and the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Horner back here at the K. Yeager Coliseum with you as the Wildcats look to carry this 1-0 lead all the way to the end of the game, as Austin Bolio's tally at 11:30 of the first still holding up as the only marker of the contest thus far. Wildcats will skate from right to left as Austin Shaw is in the cage down to my right. That's P to Q across your keyboard. Coming back the other way, obviously, are the Roadrunners as Matej Tomek, who has really been equal to the play of Austin Shaw at almost every turn except for that one goal by Bolio, as he has turned in a fine performance himself this evening, but not gotten the offensive support in front of him that he was expecting. Indeed, that any of us were expecting. This is a Topeka team that scored 7 goals its last time out and 4 goals each of the 2 games prior. They're being held scoreless right now by the play of Austin Shaw and some good work by the Wildcats defense. That's one thing you've noticed in Austin Shaw's starts for sure, is the defense has done a very good job swarming back to the net and clearing away second and third chances so they don't even come to fruition in the first place. A lot of good work clearing out the puck at the first time of asking, instead of leaving them in a dangerous area for someone to follow up and turn home. That was a bugaboo of the Wildcats last year, as now we're back to play in the third period, brought to you by American Classified, as right away the Roadrunners get on the attack. Cook had some trouble there as Gornall hacks at him. Cook will sweep this one behind the net. Knight, it's intercepted there by Erzowski. Erzowski shrugs off the check of Knight. It's turned back behind as Apap will go battle there with Gornall. Nice bump there by Knight on Erzowski, but Erzowski has it, plays it to Fernsler. Fernsler getting hacked a little bit there. It's played out in front. Bolio will poke at this and stop. Will finish the job and clear. Here's Bolio. He'll take it over the line. He lost it momentarily. Apap and an offside play. Barely. So we'll get our first whistle of the period. 19:24 remaining in the third. The Cats still hold a 1-0 lead. Shots on goal in that second period. 12-7 in favor of the Cats. 27-18 in favor of the Wildcats is the margin. 2 periods of play. Falconer kicks it forward off the faceoff. Picking it up is Fornaris as rushing along. Here's Irvine. Irvine trying to dance his way around Townsend. Good clean defensive play there done by Jake as this is picked up in the neutral or into the neutral zone. It's carried by Farmer. Farmer will play this one in wide and going after it as first to it here will be Will Scherer. It's on the stick of Townsend at the left point. Nice move to dance inside his man. That was Irvine coming up high and hard as Farmer is pressed into the wall in the corner. Turned it over to Hiko Saka. Hiko Saka up to Irvine as Irvine will lead this one ahead looking for his man Fornaris. Townsend steps in front. They'll battle for the puck in front of the Wildcats bench as Townsend plays this off to Litviak. Litviak, nice touch play through his legs. He's shielded off there nicely by Scherer as Reneker plays this one up ahead. Trying to step onto it is Brown. Kuzmeski has him lined up and pokes it away from him nicely as Yeager will come back and corral. It's Hinchin. The Wildcats back along to Shane Kuzmeski, who has some trouble with it and will sweep it back to the near side for Austin Hinchin. Kuzmeski having himself a solid game thus far, joining the rush when he can. He's a smooth skater as the Grays Lake native, Grays Lake, Illinois that is, as here is the aforementioned Kuzmeski, and almost curse of the commentator as he turned it over to Jack Kelly there. Sutter. Right into the middle of the ice for Brown. Brown trying to re-corral. It's lost in the skates of Kuzmeski. Trying to play it back to the point was Brown. It's touched up ahead by the Wildcats as Yeager will try to fight through a check. Drops it for Oakley. Oakley loading shot saved and held there by Tomek as Sherazin gives him a little spray. 17:54 remaining in the third period and the Cats holding a 1-0 lead. Good transition rush there by the line of Sherazin, Yeager, and Bolio. Sherazin, Yeager, and Oakley, beg your pardon. Oakley, as I mentioned in that second period, not listed on the line chart this evening. He was going to be a scratch this morning after picking up a lower body injury in practice and pregame skate this morning. However, he decided he was good enough to go tonight as he skated in warm-ups and was able to gut it out. So he stepped in the place of Jonathan Lazarus as look out. This is a foot race as Townsend put under some pressure there. Wiped out, picking up the puck are the Roadrunners. Taking it right back, however, is Subri. Subri could be a 3-on-2. His pass over to Reisinger, a little far, but Reisinger gets it. Reisinger looking to take it all the way around, touches it in front, and Subri had it swatted away as he was going to pull the trigger on a good active stick there by Tomek. Subri. Good work behind the net there as trying to grab it was LaFontaine. Still they battle for it. It's at the side of the net. Almost trickles home off the leg of Brennan as someone is without his stick there. Here is Subri. Plays it down to LaFontaine. LaFontaine to the top of the zone. Reisinger shot from the high slot, and sticking it away there was Tomek. Regaining his stick is Brennan. Regaining the puck are the Wildcats. LaFontaine behind the net for Subri. Subri can't fight through the check as dancing his way inside. Reisinger's forecheck was strong. It's up ahead to Brennan. Onside play. Loading shot. Save there off the stick of Domer by Shaw. 16:55 remaining in the third period. Wildcats still leading 1-0. Shaw making his 19th save of the night just there. And looking down to my right, I see a couple of what looks like D1 scouts scribbling in their notebooks as almost every time that Austin Shaw does anything. Faceoff will be to the right of Mr. Shaw. APAP. It's that time of year, folks. D1 scouts have just gotten really good looks at these guys. Towards the net. It's blocked down in front. It's still loose there and clearing it out momentarily. Back towards the net, and Shaw makes the save through traffic. Austin Shaw fighting through traffic all the way. 5 bodies in front. No matter for Shaw. He made the save. Just after the showcase, D1 scouts have all gotten good looks at these guys over those 4 games in 4 days. And now they're trying to come down and get a closer look and see who they... Shot save right off the draw, and Shaw made the save as Shaw is putting on a clinic thus far. Cook can't clear out of the zone as the Roadrunners are turning up the heat a little bit. Here is Cam Knight. Knight. Now it's Cook. Bernsler blockered away there by Shaw as this is Staub. Staub over the red line into the middle of the ice. He was looking for Bolio as the Wildcats have a tag up on a delayed offside. This is not going to be icing as it comes up short as Cook will get it in his own zone. 16:15 remaining in the third. Cats still leading 1-0. Cook up ahead for Staub. Staub has Farmer in front of him. Tries to put it on the stick of Farmer. He did not do so, so this will be icing against the Cats. They were in the midst of a change, so Staub will have to stay out there with Falconer and Nick Farmer with 16:06 remaining in the third period. Off one by the Wildcats to the right of Shaw. That's Knight bumping it off the back wall for Farmer to start forward. Nice job by Farmer to step away from some checks as now it's Falconer. Falconer. Collision there between his defenseman, and the referee as Hiko Saka is put under pressure. Here's Jack Kelly behind the net. Kelly dispossessed there by Farmer. Spanked off to the near side wall. It comes. Unable to grab it were the Wildcats as this is brought forward. Could be a 3-on-2. Fornaris trying to step inside. Fornaris backhander in front. Shaw makes the save. Puck loose and is blocked in front there. Getting onto the loose puck. Here's Falconer looking to step away. He's getting ridden off there, but he fights through it. Here is Falconer. Looks to feed in front for Litviak. Falconer still trying to fight through the check. Litviak comes along to support. Some good dogged work there by Alex Falconer as he is unable to hold the zone though as Irvin clears it out into the neutral zone. Here's Fornaris trying to step around. Holds on a slap shot. Jaeger disrupted play. Back towards the net. Deflected. Puck loose and a great stick there. That was Kevin Sherazin knocking it away from an on-rushing Willie Brown. Blocked down in the high slot there by Austin Hinchin as the Roadrunners are starting to knock on the door with 15 minutes remaining in this third. Here is Hayes. Can't get past Sherazin. Sherazin spikes it back whence it came. As here is Scherer, first to it in his own zone. Oakley in on the forecheck, trying to take Scherer off it. The Cats are able to hold the zone momentarily. Now it's spiked to the neutral zone, where Townsend will carouse fresh from the bench. Townsend with some trouble there, but from a knee, he's able to chip this one in deep to the near side corner. Scherer will pick it up behind the net of Tomek and bring it forward. He hits Brown in stride. Brown taking it wide. Shot blocked there. Easily enough by Townsend. Townsend feeds it up ahead to Sherazin. Sherazin let it run, but picks it up again. Feeds it towards the middle. Gets it back. His shot. Save there. Puck loose at the doorstep. Falconer. Oh, Oakley takes a big bump high. And no call forthcoming. As they say, it was shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Cleared. Not out. Nice kick there by Scatliff to hold the zone. Penalty upcoming, and it's going to be against, I believe, Evan Oakley for retaliation. As the Wildcats are trying to touch up, and they'll do so. It'll be a checking from behind call, with 14:02 remaining in this third period. Face-off will be to the left of Austin Shaw as Evan Oakley gets pinged for the retaliation penalty. The Cats are on the Gilmore's Collision Center penalty kill for the second time tonight. Poland holds it in at the blue line to the near side, Urzowski. Urzowski up to Poland. Back to Urzowski, loading. His shot goes high and gets the glass, and Staub kicks it along. Farmer trying to clear as well. Not able to do so quite yet. Puck is loose in the slot. Hiko Saka, Urzowski holds on it. Gives it up to the point in Poland. Back off to the left side for Fernsler. Fernsler down low for Gornall. Back door. Urzowski shot. He put it high and got the glass. Shaw might have had it covered, but a great play there by the Roadrunners. Here's Fernsler down low. Gornall shot off the outside of the cage. Gornall again. Here is Colin Staub. Trying to clear out. Knight walls his man off it, but Fernsler has it. Loading shot saved there by Shaw. Farmer hammers this one off the glass as Staub is able to touch it into the neutral zone. A minute 5 remaining in the Wildcats penalty kill. Behind the net with it here is Gornall. Can't spin it out in front quite yet. Now it's on the stick of Urzowski. Urzowski looking to play it to the middle of the slot. It goes up to the blue line and caroms to the neutral zone. Poland. Back up the ice quickly for Fernsler. Fernsler reverses. Cook with a good step there to keep the Roadrunners from gaining the zone as fresh from the bench and motoring up the ice is Scherer. Scherer, offside play as we'll get the whistle from Saunders, the linesman. 12:44 remaining in the third period. 42 seconds remaining in the Wildcats penalty kill, brought to you by Gilmore's Collision Center. It's Evan Oakley checking from behind. He got ridden hard and in the open ice as he was able to get back to his feet, but then he got pinged for the retaliation. We'll head into a media timeout here. We'll take the opportunity to take a quick look around the league at the Jerry's Sporting Goods out-of-town scoreboard. It's gone final ensues. 6-3, the Ice Miners take this one over the Eagles as they're into the third period in Janesville. 3-2 still the score there. It's still 2-2 between Amarillo and Rio Grande Valley. The Wilderness still lead 3-2 over the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Kenai River and the Minnesota Magicians, a topsy-turvy affair there in Minnesota. It is now 4-4 between those two. Bismarck and Aberdeen still locked up at a goal apiece, and Minot starting to step away from the Bruins. 3-0 there, and I mentioned earlier that this was a Topeka team that was 1 goal away from playing for the Robertson Cup last year, were it not for an overtime goal by the Austin Bruins in Game 3 of the Robertson Cup semifinals. They would have been the ones traveling to Alaska to take on the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. To be honest, it might have been a formality even if they had, as the Ice Dogs were far and away the best team in the league last year. It wasn't really even that close. Face-off will be in the neutral zone. 12:44 remaining in the third period. Cats still clinging to a 1-0 lead. Topeka knocking on the door in the early stages of this third. Out shooting the Wildcats 7-2 through the first 8-ish minutes of the period. Cook hammers this one around the boards. And getting a stick to that was APAP as that one will clear the zone. Tomek almost stood on the puck behind the net there, created some trouble, but Scherer was able to come along. Now plays it to the near side in Hiko Saka. Hiko Saka drops it for Brown. Brown back to Hiko Saka. He'll take it behind the net. Cook hacks at him. It's played up to the blue line for Brennan. Falconer disrupts the play briefly, but Brown recorrals for Topeka. On the far side half wall, it's down low. Here's Hiko Saka. Now Reneker's shot, and he shanked it wide as now the net is off its moorings. Great play there by APAP down low, I believe it was, to tie up the stick of Reneker. Otherwise, that's a grade A scoring look just below the face-off circle. 12:07 remaining in the third period. 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to Evan Oakley as the Wildcats are looking to kill off their second penalty of the game. Been a fairly clean contest, you have to say. Washed out here is Yeager. So Sheridan will take the draw. It's one back to the point where Brennan has it. Rather, this is Shearer. Shearer plays it off to the left side, towards the net, off the outside of the cage. Fernsler trying to stash it out in front. We're back to even strength. Fernsler tries to turn around, and it's poked away to the corner there by Kuzmeski. Sheridan. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, as that is now 11 straight penalties killed off by the Wildcats in their last 3 games. Kuzmeski, headman pass. Will this be icing? No, it will not, as Oakley goes in on a hard forecheck. First to it here in the corner. Sheridan ties his man up as trying to dig it free now are the Cats. Unable to do so. It's Fernsler. He'll look to motor ahead. Fanned on a breakout pass. Almost a turnover, and now in the neutral zone, Kuzmeski will grab. Kuzmeski to Oakley in front of his own bench area. Oakley Hooked off it, no call coming. Erzowski plays it along to Poland. Poland gains his own. At the left circle, he'll play it behind the net. Kuzmeski had some trouble with it there. It's reversed back to the far side, but Townsend will grab for Wichita Falls and start up the ace. He'll gain the red line and chip at it. Hayes will glove this one down as the Wildcats are in the midst of a change. Pass to the middle of the ice. Here's Domer trying to dangle his way through, as Cook did just enough, and this one trickles on net. Sent out in front there, and waiting for it was Maver, but Cook was on it. Cook, dispossessed, he'll get it back. He's under some pressure. Nice pass to find Staub, as Staub is hacked at from behind, but not before he plays it up ahead to Apap. Apap softly ahead. Staub has it on his backhand. Fighting through a check is Staub, as he'll maintain possession. Looking to serve it down low. It was intercepted there. Cam Knight with a good stick to disrupt the breakout. He'll send this one back into the far side corner as Bolio tags up the blue line and goes in on the forecheck. Poland with it on the near side. Now it's Domer. He had some trouble with it. Apap in front. Bolio shot save. Rebound, and Apap couldn't knock it home out of midair. Apap in front again. Stop on his backhand. It's blocked and picked up there by Domer. Domer trickled up ahead. Poking at it there was Sutter. It's on the stick of Colin Staub once more. Staub at the end of his shift floats it into the neutral zone. Didn't get all of that one though, as here comes Scherer back in on side. Scherer to the middle of the ice. Drop pass. Kelly looked to shoot. Overskated it towards the net. Got a body and went up high and got the glass. Sutter holds up to the blue line for Scherer. Shot blocked down in front there by Cook. He was standing in the lane the entire time, as now finally Staub will be able to come to the bench for a change in the last 9:45 of the third period. Cats still leading 1-0. Kelly spins away from the forechecking Nick Farmer. They were teammates at one point last year before Kelly left the Wildcats mid-season to return to midget majors and the Cleveland Barons. He made Topeka this year, as this one is Kuzmeski playing it up ahead. Farmer chips softly ahead once more. This is Brown playing it away from Falconer. Quick pass up the ice. Touched along into some space. Here's Renneker. Kuzmeski couldn't take it away from him. Fed towards the middle for Brown. And getting a stick there was Farmer. It comes into the neutral zone. Falconer almost skated onto it. Sutter did enough to take it away from him. Here is Brown trying to dance his way past the man. That was Kuzmeski. And Shaw is able to touch up. And now Kuzmeski was looking to skate right after Brown after he touched Shaw as he went by. And the linesman, Saunders, sprinted right over and gave him a bear hug. Actually, a pretty textbook hip check there by the linesman. That was Daniel Spoor, who got over there in a hurry. And he did Kuzmeski a favor. You don't want to take a penalty at this point in the game. The Wildcats will have to deal with a defensive zone faceoff. Coming to the left of Shaw. Shots in the period are 7-3 in favor of Topeka, but it certainly feels like the ice is tilted behind the net of Austin Shaw. So far, he's been equal to the task. Back to play. It'll be a face-off to the left of Austin Shaw, as John LaFontaine using the opportunity here in the media timeout to get his guys a breather. We're skating 5-on-5 in the last 9 minutes or so of this third. Can the Wildcats hold on? Can they maybe tack on another? Make this one a little bit easier heading down towards the end. 9:09 remaining in the third period. As the teams are back from their benches. Whatever Scott Langer said in the intermission after the second period, it really put a fire under the behinds of the Topeka Roadrunners. They came out flying to start, and Shaw has made a couple of real good saves to keep this one 1-0, as here is Shaw covering up on a loose puck after the scrum off the faceoff, so we'll do it all again. 9:04 remaining in the third as 5 seconds elapse off the clock. It'll be Yeager to go against Saka in the faceoff. Off the faceoff, Townsend tied up in the corner, trying to send it out in front. There was Irvine. Instead, it's Fornaris. Fornaris, recently cut by the Cedar Rapids in the USHL, stepping out in front. His shot blocked down, pinballing around there, and Townsend will take this to the corner. Townsend hacked off it, legally so, as that's a good forecheck by Irvin. Yeager turns it over, almost touched it into some space, as the Wildcats are not able to clear as it spiked into the bench. 8:40 remaining in the third. And we'll get a face-off in the Wildcats defensive zone once more. They're going to have to find a way to break this pressure and maybe get a shift in the offensive zone. Can't play defensive hockey for the next 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Otherwise, it's going to get real nervy here real quick, if it hasn't already. Face off. Here is Matt Cook. He'll float this one into the neutral zone where Hayes will glove it down. He sends it right back into the legs of Cook. Cook will settle, delay, and play it along to Cam Knight. This partnership has really blossomed. Now here's Bolio trying to break the press. Bolio on his backhand, shot, scores! Austin Bolio, his second of the night, and the Wildcats double their lead. Great pass from Cam Knight to Austin Bolio. The two Huntsville commits combined for the second tally of the game, and the Cats lead 2-0. That's the breathing room the Wildcats needed as Austin Bolio picks up his second of the night. The Cats double their lead. What a great, great pass by Cam Knight that was. He is really showing his vision, is Mr. Knight. And a goal made via a couple of Huntsville commits, as I mentioned. Here is Cam Knight once more. Bolio off to the right wing side and stop, loading a shot, save there. He went for the changeup on Tomek as Apap got a shot coming across the bow. And we'll get an offensive zone faceoff for the Wildcats with 8 minutes dead even remaining in this third. So it should be Bolio from Knight and Matt Cook, as Cook played the pass along to Knight. By the way, this partnership of Knight and Cook has really blossomed, and really starting to get in the zone are those two. Off the face-off, they tie up. It's lost in some feet. Trying to work it free are the Wildcats. They did so momentarily as Reisinger couldn't win it back to the point. Reisinger getting back involved, and we're going to see a penalty upcoming here. Who's it against? It's against the Wildcats. They had already touched up, but play continues. Here's Mavar up to the blue line. Delay penalty on. Shot blocked down in the slot. Here's Hiko Saka. LaFontaine can't touch up. Shot saved there by Shaw. 7:34 remaining in the third, and we'll get the whistle. It'll be a hooking call, and it should be against Max Reisinger or Dan LaFontaine. Against Reisinger, as he will skate over the box, and the Wildcats will look to kill off the third penalty kill of the night. This one sponsored, and every penalty kill sponsored by Gilmore's Collision Center. Off the draw. Wildcats can't clear. Oh, a high stick leaves Fernsler prone. Kuzmeski racing away. All alone Kuzmeski, and he's poked off it. Hooked down, no call upcoming. Fernsler getting back to the feet. Oh, and he is bleeding. There is blood on the ice. And I tell you what, the Wildcats caught a break. Farrell missed that one. That was a blatant high stick by Kuzmeski. Wow, the Wildcats living a little bit dangerously right now. They lead 2-0, but they are shorthanded for the next minute and 30. Racing away. They might be down 2 men if it weren't for a missed call by Farrell. You can see the blood on the ice inside the blue line. It's Poland playing it down low, looking for Fornaris there. Tied up by Townsend, but he steps away. Fornaris out in front. Tied up there was Sutter as he tried to pull the trigger. Serve back behind. Trying to play out in front was Fornaris, and Shaw covers up. 6:47 remaining in the third period, and Art Checker, the Topeka Roadrunners broadcaster, and I just kind of shared a quick look, and both of us kind of nodded and said, yeah, Farrell missed that one blatantly. It's hard to even quantify. If you're joining us on YouTube, I'm doing my best to paint you a word picture here, but Kuzmeski's stick, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it came up very high, caught Fernsler around the mouth. You can see the trail of blood as he's coming back to the bench, as the Wildcats got away with one and almost burned Topeka completely, as Kuzmeski had a chance. He was one-on-one with only one man to beat, and making the save was Tomek. We're getting a discussion here. They can't really assess a penalty after the fact, I don't think. Farrell saw it and let play go on. The Wildcats bench will be absolutely irate if they do try and tack this one on, at least a minute and a half elapsed after that missed call by Farrell. There's 6:47 remaining in the third period. The Wildcats lead by 2, as Farrell will give an explanation, as still not quite sure what's going on here. Fernsler took a stick up high. He's going to need some medical attention, as we see the on-site doctor heading off the ice to go give him a couple of stitches. Might have lost a couple of chiclets there as well. We're in a delay here as the referee's sorting things out. Matt Cook and Gornall over there talking to Tim Farrell, who has put himself in a spot of bother after missing a blatant high stick. As I mentioned, you can see the blood on the ice inside the blue line. You can see the blood on the ice as that was Fernsler's trail back to the bench. So the teams will skate back to the bench. Cook is going to deliver the message, and Kuzmeski is going to be ejected. I think Kuzmeski is gone. So they are going to assess it after the fact. So Farrell overruled there by his linesman, I guess. As Kuzmeski has been sent off the ice. They haven't posted another penalty on the board, and there's not a man in the box. Now LaFontaine will skate over. So Kuzmeski probably got a 5-minute major. Farrell missed it. It was a blatant call. I don't have an issue with the call being made, but how Farrell missed it and he gets overruled by his linesman is kind of beyond me. So the Wildcats are shorthanded by 2 men now, 5-on-3. They have their work cut out for them as they lead 2-0. How big does that Bolio goal look now? Here is Urzowski, top of the zone. Topeka being patient here. Here's Brown. Urzowski looking to load a shot. Backdoor for Sutter, and Sutter wasn't able to fish it free. It is a 5-minute major to Kuzmeski, meaning that once the Wildcats kill off the first penalty, Topeka can score as many times as they like, and it will not negate the power play. 5-on-3 for the next 43 seconds before Reisinger steps out of the box. Gaining the zone are the Roadrunners. Here is Urzowski. Urzowski almost lost it, regains control, plays it off to the left side for Poland. He'll step into his shot, now play it down low. Back up to Urzowski. His shot scores! Daniel Urzowski might have deflected off a body, and the Wildcats kind of shoot themselves in the foot. It's 2-1 now. So can the Wildcats hold on? 6 minutes remaining in the third. They lead 2-1, and they have 4 minutes and 14 seconds of major penalty time to kill off here if they're able to hold on to the lead. Off the draw, it's sent all the way towards the cage of Shaw, as we'll see, or of Tomek, I should say. As we'll see a lot of that from the Wildcats here as they try to rag off as much time as possible. Bolio gave them a 2-goal advantage. Urzowski has shrunk that lead back to 1. 5-minute major for Kuzmeski has put the Wildcats in this spot. As it was a delayed call as Poland, and I mean delayed call, as Farrell was ready to let it go before his linesman overruled him. The Wildcats can't clear the zone quite yet. Served back to the near side corner. First to it here is Townsend. He'll spank it all the way down. Staub will head in short-handed. As first to this one is Tomek out of his cage. Up the ice for Gornall. Gornall ahead looking for Fernsler. Fernsler back on the ice. His shot deflects up into the protective netting. So Fernsler, after getting some attention, is back on the ice. And the Wildcats are still short-handed on the Gilmore's Collision Center penalty kill. For the next 3:26. 5:12 remaining in the third. What I'm wondering is, might we see Scott Langer pull Tomek to make it a 6-on-4 as we tick down towards the conclusion of this contest? A little bit to get to before we can consider that one, as here is Matt Cook looking to come out from behind his net. He'll fling this one all the way down onto the cage of Tomek. Tomek sticks it along as this one is played back up the ice. Cook Swept it along for Cam Knight. Knight will just rag off some more time and send it the length of the ice. 4:50 remaining in the third period. Tomek left it behind for Scherer, and Scherer will start it up the ice. Played ahead there to Fornaris. Fornaris motoring over the blue line. Fornaris, good bump given on him. Now play it over to Scherer in front. It was deflected and gets out of play as Cam Knight got his leg in the way. 4:35 remaining in this third period. Another 2:49 on the major high sticking call to Shane Kuzmeski. A 5-minute major and a game ejection for Mr. Kuzmeski. We'll try and get some confirmation whether that carries a suspension for tomorrow. Washed out of the draw here is going to be Bolio, so Sherazin will step in. Off the draw, Topeka has it. Now stepping free are the Wildcats. Townsend is able to clear the zone. Could be a 2-on-1. Bolio in for a hat trick. Shorthanded. Bolio saved there by Tomek, and he'll cover up. That might have just about done it if Bolio had been able to pot his third of the game. 4:25 remaining in the third. Cats clinging to a 1-goal lead, 2-1. 2:38 remaining in the major penalty to Kuzmeski. Bolio off the faceoff. He's shoved off it. Picking it up are the Roadrunners as Poland has it behind the cage of Tomek. He'll step out and look to come up ice. Here's Fernsler now, trying to dance around Scherers, and he did so. Onside play as Fernsler takes it all the way around. Fernsler trying to cut in front, fed out. Sutter with a shot. It was blocked down in front. Shaw didn't know much about it, and it's cleared all the way down. 4 minutes remaining in the third. Quickly up the ice. It's a drop pass for Fernsler. He'll play it back down low to the corner. A race to it as Cook can't hack this one away from Gornall. Knight, first to this one. Sweeps it to the point, but Poland holds. Now down to Gornall again. Staub intercepts, and he'll just trickle this one all the way down in the last 3:40 of the third. 1:55 remaining in the Wildcats penalty kill. Face off. Rather, on the puck are the Roadrunners. Intercepted by the Wildcats once more as this is Cam Knight chipping this one into the air as the PK is holding strong thus far as Tomek turns it over. Here's Staub, tries to feed Farmer in front, and it was knocked away from him at the last second as here is Scherer. Forced back, he'll circle onto it and come up the ice once more. 3:10 remaining in the third. 1:25 remaining in the Wildcats penalty kill. Shane Kuzmeski serving a 5-minute high sticking major. Here's Brennan loading his shot deflects and gets out of play. Falconer got a body in the way. 3:03 remaining in the third. Cats clinging to a 2-1 lead, but the ice is tilted towards the cage of Austin Shaw. Austin Bolio scored twice to give the Cats a 2-0 lead. Daniel Orzowski picked up a 5-on-3 goal as it just tipped home off a leg in front. That's where we stand, 2-1. And the Wildcats hold firm for another 1:17. There's 3 minutes remaining towards the net. Shaw didn't see it, and it hit him square in the chest. He'll save. 2:58 remaining in the third. 1:12 remaining in the penalty to Shane Kuzmeski. As the faceoff will be to the left of Austin Shaw. Washed out of the draw here is going to be Gornall, I think. Shaw will take the opportunity to catch his breath in the corner. This is a big face-off here. Can Falconer win it? He does. Yeager can't pull it free as it's up to the point. Intercepted there by the Wildcats as now APAP will motor ahead short-handed. First to this one is going to be Poland as APAP puts him under some pressure, but he steps away. 1 minute remaining. Trying to step along. Here is Sutter. Cross-ice pass. Fernsler trying to load. Orzowski slap shot save there by Shaw. Another big save by Shaw. 52 seconds remaining. 52 seconds remaining on the penalty to number 14, Shane Kuzmeski. LaFontaine is serving that 5-minute major as the Wildcats are desperately trying to cling to a 2-1 lead. Look out, shot off the draw. It's blocked and goes away. Fernsler with a bad angle. Look, it's on the doorstep. Picking it up here is Gornall. 2:30 remaining in the third. It's sent up to the blue line. Unable to hold it there was Poland as it skipped over his glove, and he has to circle back into the neutral zone. Back up the ice. Here's Orzowski. Has one goal to his name already. Plays it towards the front of the net. Knight can't clear. Look out. Turnover. Fritzler shot saved there by Shaw. 2:16 remaining in the third. 29 seconds remaining. Austin Shaw is making some great saves here. Can the Wildcats hold on? 29 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Here is Scherer. Plays it towards the corner, but Townsend first to it here. He'll send this the length of the ice. Tomek first to it. He'll sweep it behind the net. Now he's upended there. He goes down. No call up coming as he is slow to get up. He is prone. He's on his back and his helmet's off. Uh-oh. This does not look good. He hit his head on the ice as he fell. Tomek looks like he's out cold. He played it away, left it for Scherer behind the net as he was backpedaling into his crease. He lost an edge, might have been tripped up unintentionally. It looked like he hit his head on the ice as he was falling backwards, as now he's holding the back of his head. Receiving medical attention now as the trainer is off the bench, as we're in a scary moment here at the K. Yeager Coliseum. There's a minute 58 remaining in this third period. The Wildcats holding on to a 2-1 lead. Another 12 seconds of power play time for the Roadrunners. Not too many thoughts on that now, as it's Tomek down on the ice, and he has not moved much since he slammed his head on the ice on his way down. Now rolling over and getting back to his feet, and the crowd gives him a round of applause. And if they're going to follow protocol, he needs to come out of this game to be checked for a concussion. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So Vogler will step into the net for the last minute 58 of the game. Tomek doesn't look like he's a skater who's really with us, as he's wobbly as he gets off the ice. Good to see him get up and skate off under his own power, however, as that was a scary, scary moment here in the early season at the K. Yeager Coliseum. Vogler will replace Tomek in net. The Wildcats still have a job to do here. There's 12 seconds remaining in this third period, as they're still clinging to a 2-1 lead. Staub ties his man up off the draw. It's one back to Townsend. He'll cycle back and now send this one down towards the offensive zone, as we are back to 5-on-5, and a great kill there by the Wildcats, as now they have a minute 45 to kill off in the rest of this game. They lead 2-1 as we skate 5-on-5. The PK held firm. Hinchin up the ice to Beaulieu. He tries to sweep it forward. Broken play here as Renneker tries to step forward. Staub disrupt the play, but stepping forward, here's a pass to the back door. Brown, he can't direct it towards the net, as Yeager did a good job of tying him up. Puck is loose. Staub swats it to the near side wall. Beaulieu hauled his man down for Norris. Loading in the high slot. It had it skitter off his blade in the last minute 15. Vogler to the bench. Net empty to our left. Brown, as stepping onto the ice, it's Sutter. Brown behind the net for Norris. Can the Wildcats get the empty netter? At the very least, can they kill this one off? Townsend chips it ahead. It's rolling all the way down. Will it be icing? It will be icing, as it was trickling towards the cage, but then just veered off as it entered the offensive zone. 59.2 seconds remaining in the third. 2-1 the Wildcats lead. Austin Beaulieu had given the Wildcats a 2-0 lead before Daniel Orzowski pulled one back for Topeka. Can the Cats hold on and deal Topeka their first loss of the season? Off the draw, Topeka wins it back to the point. Net empty to our left, deflected, it goes wide of the cage. To the near side it comes. Orzowski plays it behind the net. Yeager trying to pop it away. Centered out in front. Beaulieu has it. Beaulieu will fling it off to the near side to kill off some more time. Here's Orzowski in the last 43 seconds. Up the ice. Corralled there by Topeka. It's behind the net of Shaw. First to it here is Cam Knight. Swept off to the near side. Falconer can't clear. Orzowski held it in. Now the Wildcats are able to clear. Trying to fight through the check is Farmer. It's onto the skates, into the skates of Orzowski, who turns up the ice once more. Into the leg of Apap. Apap, net empty. Towards the net. Oh, and it trickled just wide. But here's Oakley. Net still empty. Oakley can't put it home. 18 seconds remaining. It's up to the point. Knight Net empty, towards the net, scores! Cam Knight ices this affair, and the Wildcats will claim the win 3-1. Knight flung it into the empty net. That makes it 3-1, and the Wildcats look like they'll hold on. .3 remaining in the third. An offside call here. Cam Knight picks up his second goal of the year. It's an empty netter. 2.2 seconds remaining. We get the puck drop and we get the horn. The Wildcats come away with the win, 3-1 here against the Topeka Roadrunners. They hand Topeka their first loss of the season and pick up their first home win of the year in the process. A great effort by the Cats all the way around, and the big spot in this game was that 5-minute major that killed off the rest, as Shane Kuzmeski owes his teammates a big thank you for bailing him out after he took a 5-minute major on a high sticking call. Austin Shaw, fantastic tonight, making 30 saves on 31 shots. Austin Beaulieu, great as well, as he picked up 2 goals. Cam Knight with a goal and an assist to his name as the Wildcats come away with the win. Shots on goal in the contest, 34-31 in favor of Wichita Falls. They were outshot in the third period, 13-7, but they stood tall to hold on to the win. Check that final tally on shots, 35-31, as they come away with the win. Let's get you the scoring summary before we step off air. In the first period, 11:30 remaining, or 11:30 into that first period, Colin Staub picked up a loose puck in the neutral zone, skated down the right wing wall, got around Brennan, played it in front for Beaulieu, and Beaulieu fought off his back checker and turned it home to make it 1-0 on his second of the year. Beaulieu was just getting started, though, after a scoreless second period. At 11:39 of the third, Beaulieu picked up a great pass from Cam Knight. Knight had rifled it up from the defensive blue line, up cross ice from far side to near to Austin Beaulieu. Beaulieu skated in from the left point and beat Tomek once more to make it 2-0. Topeka got themselves back into the game, however, thanks to a 5-on-3 goal from Daniel Rosowski, but that was as close as they would come. A scary moment later on, however. Tomek went down, hit his head hard on the ice, had to be helped off after laying motionless for a few minutes there. Good to see him skate off under his own power, as we send him our best well wishes, as Vogler had to finish out the game in net. It was some nervy moments for the Wildcats, but Cam Knight iced the affair as he potted one into the empty net through some traffic. Probably went through about 2 or 3 sets of legs to give the Wildcats a 3-1 lead, and that is how the game would end. 30 saves on 31 shots for Austin Shaw. He picks up his third straight win, third career win. Getting the loss is Tomek. He made 33 saves on 35 shots. Check that, 33 saves on 34 shots, as he will pick up his first career loss. Tonight's 3 stars of the game. Number 3 star, Cam Knight, with a great performance. He had a goal and an assist this evening. He is really turning some heads in his first career year here in the North American Hockey League. He had a goal and an assist tonight. Number 2 star, Austin Shaw. This was a toss-up. Could have been Shaw, could have been Beaulieu getting the number 1 star. But instead, Austin Beaulieu is the one who gets the number 1 star tonight. 2 goals to his name. Can't stop scoring at the moment. He might have had a hat trick if not for a great save on a shorthanded breakaway by Tomek. Austin Beaulieu now up to 5 points on the year with 3 goals and 2 assists. That'll wrap it up for us here at the K. Yeager Coliseum. Reminder, our next broadcast is an afternoon affair tomorrow against the same Topeka Roadrunners, as the Wildcats will look to finish up the sweep, as Topeka, previously unbeaten, now has their unblemished record blemished. tomorrow, 1:05 puck drop, 12:50 pregame. Until then, I'm Ben Horner saying thanks so much for listening to this presentation of Wildcats hockey presented by Armored Roofing. Have a good night, everybody, and take care.